the father is. Tune in to sa.neter, cause he the protector of the gods. I'm talking about Dr. Benjamin, Yusuf, Cannon, and John. We got the scale of my art. If he light as a feather, let's go and weigh his heart. I am the shrine of Ptah. If you can say I am, better recognize a god. All I see is pseudos and frauds. Kudos to my dogs. Judo for you frogs. I think it's time to hop off the environment. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough.
Will survive. Comedic knowledge on the rise. Raising consciousness divine. To the truth we subscribe. Jabari leading the way. Shaka almost don't play. sa.neter done open the gates. And up and banging the day. It's a family for the culture. Rebuking all you vultures. Service environment full of soldiers. Unlock your mind, they'll expose you. HOK is the squad. Debating the truth is a nod. Watch when you step in the pod. Or they'll tear you apart.
Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough. 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 Oh, you didn't know? It's environment tough.
I'm here with my brother, Captain Tazaryach.
That's right.
And I got another brother here from Atlanta.
Cam James.
Cam James in the building.
That's right.
All right. Hey, yo, Captain, man.
What's up, man?
We got to talk about a lot of things been going
It's
on,
a
man.
lot.
I've been missing you, brother.
Yeah,
And you've been traveling, man. How you do this so much, man? With all these wives you got, you just traveling the world, the globe, brother.
Hey, my wives are extremely understanding of the mission at hand and the mission to do the work of the Most High. And I have been doing a lot more traveling. I think the truth has been growing. I think the internet is finally losing its fear of hearing the Black Israelites bring this truth out. I think that we've made so much noise on the streets, done so much noise with debates, to where it's hard to keep us silent. Like, we're not being backed in a corner, as the Bible would say. I think the book of Isaiah said we will not be backed into a corner anymore. And now we're coming out on the fronts. Listen, there's a clip coming out tomorrow. So I filmed with this white boy. I will call him a Jewish boy, but he rejects his Jewishness. Says I rejected Jewishness. I'm only American, is what he said.
Damn.
He got 1.2 million subscribers. His name is Matan Even, or Matan Evan, depending on how you pronounce his last name. Popular. He's had Charlamagne the God on there. He's had UFC fighters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of people on there.
And you was on the channel?
Thursday.
And what happened? How'd that go?
Listen, so how it happened was he contacts my Harlem account that we have for the school.
Right.
And he's like, hey, man, I'm looking for this Israelite to be on this show. So I speak, this is how fast it happened. So I speak to him on Tuesday. Now, I was in California over the weekend.
And that's where he's from?
Yeah, he's from Cali.
Damn, it would have been
Hollywood.
good if you would have met up with him.
Watch the story.
Go ahead.
So I call him, he called, we talking on Tuesday, and he was like, so I'm like, what did you want to do? He said, well, I want you to battle, he said, I want you to battle against these Jewish rabbis that I'm going to have on my show. So I said to him, I said, well, is this something you want to do online or in person? He said, well, it can only be in person. I said, well, if you want it in person, you're going to have to pay for my flight. He said, no problem. And so we went online. So we go online. So the funny part is he was like, can I get your name and date of birth so we can get the flight? I said, no, you cannot. I said, what we can do. And he did it innocently because he's a kid. He's only 18, 17 or 18. So, but you never know. I say, yeah, it's for my name and birthday.
Yeah, hell no.
I said, no. I said, but what we can do is I can either find a flight, screenshot you the price, or you can find it, and then we work it out. So we worked it out, got the flight. He sent me the money through PayPal. I paid for the flight. And I flew in at 9 o'clock Thursday morning, got there at 12 p.m. We shot at 6:30. My flight coming back was midnight. I did that all in a day. It was me. Let me show you this picture. I'm gonna text you this picture.
So how did it go though?
Listen, so when we get there, so it's me, him, and this guy named it's a comedian that does comedy sketches that he's also popular. So it's me, the Matan, Sal, 2 Jewish rabbis. Funny part, it's only me and one brother I brought with me. We getting out the car to go talk to Matan. Jewish guys walking down the street. He see us, I like deer in the headlight. He think, I don't know if he thought we was about to beat him up or something like that. And so Matan said,
they just know who you are, bro. You don't think they watch you, Captain?
Yeah, you could be right. Man. So Matan says, no, they're going to be on a show. They're going to be on a show? He tells Matan, I'm not doing that show. That's it. Now, he don't say he's not doing the show while we standing there. When we walk off, he said, I'm not doing the show. So Matan got to convince him to actually do the show. So we get in there and do the show. Now, he's a troll. So I know all the questions he's going to ask. And the goal is he's rejecting his Jewishness. He brings in 2 rabbis, brings the black Hebrew Israelite so we can clash. And we clashed. It was. Nah,
see, you supposed to get the Jew though, man.
I did get the Jew. What you talking about?
You said he brings in the black Israelite.
No. So he's a so-called Jew too. But he's bringing 2 Jewish rabbis, and he's saying, I reject being a Jew. I'm a white American now. And then now he got the black Hebrew Israelite to battle against the Jewish guy. So all
like
his
that,
questions,
like that other Jew that you battled before.
Yeah, at the park, right?
Yeah.
So it was just like that. Listen, it was just like I brought up the penis.
What, the sucking of the penis?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Woo!
I said, man, we can't read that Talmud. That Talmud how you sucking baby penises.
Right.
I said, that's why y'all look effeminate soon as y'all born, because you had your penis sucked at 8 days old. Set it on camera. I mean, I said all of that on camera. Said how
you were
they
supposed to call me and bring me out there with you, man. I would have went out there, bro.
In one day. Because that's how fast it happened.
Hell yeah, I would have went out there for that.
Yeah, like I remember that in the future, because that's how fast it happened. And so we was able to shoot. And so I asked him, so when it was over, because it was crazy, he got, I'm gonna text you from this phone.
Okay.
But I'm gonna text you a picture of the people in the room. Watch when you see this picture, Si.
Yeah, you gotta make that happen again then.
Listen, it was so good.
It's gonna be, that shit gonna get crazy hits.
Crazy hits. And it was so good, he said, when he come to New York, he want to film again. I'm gonna bring you with me when he do.
I'm gonna tell you something, Captain. You know what?
What?
That's why you get so much hate. Because you making moves, brother.
I'm sorry, correct.
If you wasn't doing what you supposed to do, niggas wouldn't care about what you doing.
Yeah, they would.
But they only care because they see you all over.
Right.
You making moves.
Right.
See, this is what Polite was doing, but Polite messed up big time. He just saw the money and, he just got caught up on the money.
Polite didn't want to take nobody with him.
Right. There it is. He just was being greedy.
Like, I was so disappointed when he got to the Breakfast Club.
Right.
And he didn't mention his roots. Like, he ain't mention
none of that.
sa.neter did this. He ain't mention nobody.
You know, I was supposed to go with him. But when he got when he got there, he said they was running late and they just had to go. I'm like, nigga, I'm the one that brought you to Ron Artest, nigga. I'm the one that introduced you to Ron Artest.
I was just telling Cam when we was driving up, I said, I was saying, like, Sa has been like my biggest. So I said Sa has been one of ISUBK's biggest supporters. I said even as an antagonist, he was a supporter. Right. I said he started out the antagonist. Now he just the brother that support. And I said all of that is good because we don't need an echo chamber. We need somebody that's going to get up in there.
You need somebody like me that's going to keep your ass on point.
Yeah, because you don't know what sa.neter going to ask.
I just love the brotherhood. That's what made me love y'all, man.
Right.
Because I don't see that outside of ISUPK.
Right.
I don't see no goddamn brotherhood.
Right.
You know, I see backstabbing, niggas cutting each other off, you know, the Kemetic niggas, all this bullshit.
Yeah, that's Kemet dead.
Yeah, man. So let me ask you this question here. With Kirk... I
sent you a picture too.
With Charlie Kirk being deleted publicly, do you have any concerns about yourself being deleted, being a public speaker?
You know, before that ever happened to Charlie, right, I've been an offense to with everything that I say since I've been saying it. So since I've ever picked up a microphone and got on there and said the things that we've said, it's always a chance we don't come home. which is why we have the discipline that we have, which is why we move the way that we move, which is why at every event that we go through, we show up an hour early before the event is set up so that we can observe just to see if anybody's there. So I'm always prepared for that. So I don't change what I'm normally doing because I've always been doing it. Right. It just, comes with the territory. And what's crazy is you was going to ask.
Yeah, if you don't mind me asking, where would that threat come from? What parties or groups of people do you think, if anywhere, if that threat would come from somebody, who would it be?
Come from some crazy white people. That's where I would think it would come from. I think that, because we're around black people all the time. And one thing about black people, and I'm glad you asked that question, because one thing about black people, we gonna argue tooth and nail about anything. It don't matter what it is. If I said
basketball players,
listen, when I said LeBron, we was at the school and I said LeBron #1, that right there,
that's
for me, LeBron is the #1. I'm gonna tell you how much we argue. LeBron is the best basketball player in the world. When sa.neter puts this up, nobody's going to pay attention to anything I say for the next 10 or 15 minutes in the comment section. They're going to all say, I rock with Capt, but Capt crazy because Mike is this. Exactly. Somebody might say Kobe this. But at the end of it, after the argument is over, that's it.
Well, I'm the first one to tell you, Mike is the greatest of all time, brother.
Right. Now, but that's fine. Now, we're going to argue vehemently about that. But you're going to go home. Think about the battle rap world. The battle rap world is going to argue back and forth, cursing at each other, talk about their mamas, they dad, but they're going to go home.
Yeah.
Before Charlie, some white people went into a HBCU in Tennessee. I don't know if you saw this side. These white people purposely wore a MAGA hat, purposely said DEI should have been gotten rid of, all of that to antagonize black kids at an all-black college. I'm gonna send you the video for it. And as they walking through there, them black people is debating, them black people is arguing, them black people is saying you gotta get out of here. But them black people did not harm them white people at all. Them white people was able to go home.
Yeah.
Can we ask Charlie that? We can't ask Charlie that. We can't ask Charlie if he's okay. We can't ask Charlie, hey, when's your next public speaking? Because a white man heard what Charlie said and was so offended, he said, let me delete him.
Yeah.
So the biggest threat that we have is from white people. White people are the mass shooters. White people are the extremists. White people are the ones that cannot tolerate freedom of speech. Black people can tolerate freedom of speech because we ain't been able to do nothing but tolerate what somebody say since slavery. So it's damn near in our brain to where we're not going to get that offended at somebody what they say.
Yeah. Now let me harken back on with the question that the brother asked you. He asked you, who do you think will be the one, paraphrasing, will be the one that will try to pull the trigger?
Right.
And you said mainly some white people. But you got to remember our history too, man. When you study the history of black people, they always find Negroes to do it.
No.
Right. I was going to bring that up. See, they always find Negroes to do it. You know what I'm saying? Look at Fred Hampton. It was a Negro who gave the outline of where Fred Hampton would be laying at. You see? So it always ends up.
You say that. I don't know if you remember this,
because believe me, Negroes hate y'all dudes, man.
Definitely. Now I'm going to tell you, and your audience might say I'm crazy, right? But I'm going to give a historical evidence of what I'm going to say. A couple years ago, you was interviewing Commander Jenny Hanna on 125th Street, and you asked him, you said, you don't think that the white man is sending somebody in your organization?
Yes, I remember that.
And Commander Jenny Hanna said, if the white man sent anybody in my organization to infiltrate, we would turn him.
Right.
Meaning he would come in as an infiltrator, but we would turn him. And then shortly after that, in Indiana, in our Indiana school, there was a brother that came into the school at the behest of the government.
I remember that too.
And we turned him.
Yeah.
And he told us that, and I interviewed him, and told us how that we would meet that white man at the library at the Indiana school, but he could not do it. So this is why I say the white man would have to do it. Not that that it ain't happened historically to Fred Hampton, the Malcolms, all of those things that take place. But I do believe that it'll be turned.
So who is Bunny?
Bunny.
Was Bunny a performer or something?
Oh, you talking about Bad Bunny?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny
For the
is
Charlie Kirkland thing or something.
No, that's not the Charlie Kirk.
Okay,
that's the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So talk to me about.
So Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny.
Let me ask that question again.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
Bad Bunny is who it is.
So you think Bad Bunny is American, and is it a problem with him performing at the Super Bowl?
Listen, man, Bad Bunny. I think the Super Bowl. I think because Jay-Z is in charge of the performance at the Super Bowl, I believe, picking the artists that perform.
Yes.
And Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, sir. Bad Bunny is Puerto Rican, and if he ain't gay, he's gay. Meaning, he's publicly kissed a man. He's publicly dressed in women's clothing. So I ain't seen him perform sexual acts except kissing a man and dressing as a woman. So I'm gonna call him gay. But he might not, they say his music is not gay. Like his music is about a man and a woman. That's what they say about his music. But his music is also in Spanish only. And what makes this person particularly stand out is he wouldn't perform in America because of the ICE situation. And I actually love that part about him, because he said he didn't want to perform because he has such a huge Latin following. He didn't want illegals in America to risk coming to see him perform and then ICE show up and arrest him. So his way of protecting illegal immigrants was to not even perform. He also only speaks Spanish. The bugged out part about that is white America doesn't want him to perform, and they try to make him not be American, but Puerto Rico is America. Puerto Rico it's not a state of America, but it is owned by America. Like you don't, it's a territory. Like you don't need a passport to go to America. And I think either the Super Bowl or Jay-Z, somebody is using this as the ultimate slap in the face to ICE, to Trump, to America. So do I think he's American? Yes, but even if I didn't think he was American, you know who thinks he's American? America. Because you don't need that. They are citizens. If you're born in Puerto Rico, it's just like if you're born in Texas.
Now you mentioned him being gay or homosexual. I remember asking y'all this question. I want to see if y'all still go by this. Do you allow homosexuals at your school?
No.
Why not?
You cannot be.
But they're Israel, right? They still Israelites.
Yeah, they.
You laughing, but they are Israelites, brother.
They definitely are.
So you
Israelites.
saying that you're turning away your Israelite brother or sister, and you won't allow them?
No, I'm not.
Hold up. I remember asking the general. I think I asked him that, and no, it was you who I asked that. And you say yes, because we're going to try to fix them. You don't remember that?
Yes. So
now you're saying no, you won't let them in.
Because you can't be an active homosexual, is what I'm saying. And so homosexuality is like probably the toughest sin to get in to the school, because that's a bedroom sin, so to speak. So let's say if you don't act like a you can have a man that is a flamboyant type of homosexual, and then you're going to have a man that's not flamboyant, but like Gorilla Hebrew was.
Why you keep bringing up Gorilla? Leave Gorilla alone, man.
But that's an example of a man that wasn't a flamboyant homosexual, but was getting bent over. Just so everybody can get the visual of what I'm talking about. So a homosexual can get counsel from us, but a homosexual...
Right. That's what you were saying.
Right.
Before.
But a homosexual being in a classroom, no, he can't be in there. Because you cannot be actively participating in that practice and be a part of us. Like a person that's a drunk can't be drunk. He got to go get help. He got to go get a rehab. But it's very easy to spot an alcoholic than it is to spot someone that's a homosexual. So for that, we can counsel you, we can help you, we can guide you. And yes, you are an Israelite, just like a drug dealer is an Israelite. But to be in here, you cannot have that lifestyle. So that's a hard one to...
So you have to be, to clarify, you have to be no longer, or currently at least, engaging.
Yeah, you cannot.
In homosexual acts.
Right.
But the fact that you feel these urges, you feel this attraction, and you've done it in the past, will not keep you from being counseled?
No, it won't. Because like you can...
Will it keep you from membership?
Yeah, we don't have no homosexual men.
But not,
I've never... To answer fairly... to answer fairly, I've never gotten to the level where I've counseled a homosexual to get to a membership point.
But it's possible.
Christ said all things is possible.
Right, so a person can have engaged in homosexual acts in the past. Are they still eligible for membership? Just like a drug dealer would be. And you told me about your background, right? Just like a drug dealer who used to do that is eligible for membership. Is a person who engaged in homosexual acts eligible for membership? If they're not currently active.
It would be something that I would look at as a case by case, only because I don't know what I would have to see to believe that he's no longer engaging in that act.
Gotcha.
Because it's such a...
It's private.
Yeah, it's private. It's a bedroom act.
You have no proof.
Right. It's just like child molesters. Like a person that is a child molester, he wouldn't be able to come in here. And because a child molester, that's a homosexual act, but it's with an underage kid.
Or
heterosexual. But because of, let's say if we accept it, I'm inviting this person that has this past to be around people that I'm supposed to protect.
Sure.
So from a protective position, I would say, yes, you're an Israelite, you can keep the laws, but you can't be a part of us because of what you did. He would have to accept that. Because that's a rough one. You talk about, imagine, because my mind, I don't know if my mind would feel comfortable knowing that lifestyle he lived, and then my kids is running around, hey, because our kids, like right now in our spaces, our kids, and we, like, when I was in California, we had the cookouts in class and stuff like that, and we don't have to worry about our kids. But now if I know this man is around or this woman is around, now I'm worrying about my kids.
Right.
Now I'm worrying about this. If I know, like I tell you, that homosexual behavior, a lot of molestation plays a part in that. I couldn't have that around. So you could be, let's say if you're healed from it, but I don't know if it would ever be a comfortability where you could be around the congregation like that.
So there's degrees of infractions within...
Yeah, like anything, because we still got to protect the nation at the same time.
So you're saying homosexuality or the entire spectrum of the queer community, for example, lesbianism, being gay, being transgender, would you put all these things at the top of this hierarchy of things that are transgressions? Yes, that are hard to bring around into the community. So two connected things, right? So that what that implies is that drug dealing, which destroys communities in a multitude of ways, it implies that that's more egregious, that someone's private sexual preferences are more egregious than an activity like drug dealing that publicly destroys communities. It's not the egregiousness of it, because that's a singular act, whereas drug dealing is a public act. Sure. But we can see we could see somebody dealing drugs easier than I could see somebody having sex with a man. So it's about evidence of no longer engagement. Right. It's like, how do we monitor that exclusively? Right. You also mentioned that you personally, you would find it difficult to get past like the hesitancy, having them around, the danger that they pose. Yeah, wondering if they've given it up. I would. They've given it up. Yes. So that implies that you're carrying personal biases forward into your membership. A protective, but I'm not worried about myself. My worry has nothing to do with me. Mm-hmm. So like if a pedophile says, I repented of this act, I'm not going to commit this act no more. Mm-hmm. My protective nature is, I don't know if I'm going to ever trust him around kids. I don't know if I would do that. Right. So for that reason, he can get, let's say if he's clean and he want to call up for counsel and stuff like that, that's cool. But would I trust him to be around a congregation of people? No. Because my mind will wonder, where the children at? If I see him around the kids too much, I would wonder, why is he choosing to be over here? Why is he not over here? Well, I will draw a line. I get your point about child molesters. I will draw a line between child molesters and homosexual people in the queer community, because they're not the same, right?
Yeah, and that's what, in my experience, so I've counseled homosexuals. I've counseled them before.
Okay.
We're trying to stop.
Yeah.
I've never gotten to a level with any of them to get to the stage where could they come to the school or could they
You've never gotten that far, but
yeah, that's why.
Like,
so all of this that I'm saying is all hypothetical.
Yeah.
Because I think I've tried to counsel 4 homosexuals, and it's always the same. And all of this is just count over the phone, never like in person. So I would give them advice on what to do, what not to do, because even if they're not attracted to women anymore, you just don't sleep with men.
Right.
Don't wear women's clothes. Right. So I try to counsel them. So I've never gotten to even to first base with it.
Sure.
It's like they be so far gone, you give them a couple calls and then that's it. So I don't even know. All of that is uncharted territory for me.
But you see why this discussion, talking through these possibilities, would be important for somebody on the outside looking in.
Right, absolutely.
Trying to understand you, trying to decide where they sit with regard to what you believe.
Yeah, but that shouldn't.
My video,
right.
Be like, so I'm trying to figure out, does he hate me or not?
Right. Well, I don't hate none of. Yeah. So I don't hate. And here's what I would say to a homosexual: like, God is stronger than your sin. So your sin is forgivable, but you have to really go into that this is a sin to stop. I don't hate you. If you say you stop being a homosexual, I would have to take you at your word. I'm not afraid of you. But when it comes to being around a congregation of people that I'm in charge of, I have to protect it. So, same thing with a drug dealer. I have to protect. I'm watching that drug dealer too.
So the last one I'm making, let you jump in. When you talk about protection, so I exclusively want to focus on an adult who has sexual preferences that you disagree with towards other adults, right? So they're not a danger to children.
Right.
They're a homosexual person who engages in sex with other men. So when you're talking to a person like that in a hypothetical situation, if they got to the point where they could potentially, join your ranks, they're not a threat to the brothers because your brothers are incorruptible, right? So what makes them, specifically a homosexual person or a lesbian even, what makes them a danger to your people, or are they a danger? Do you believe they're a danger as well?
I don't. So now so let's say he gets to the point where he's giving up that transgression. I would just go to my generals and then whatever they would say. I don't know if I have a good enough answer for that, because I'm in the realm where, because it hasn't happened, I don't even know if it can happen. Like, biblically speaking, in Romans, the 1st chapter, when it says God gave them up to their vile affection. So I don't know if that affection, if they would fight that affection. So I would probably yield to the men above me at that point.
Do you think is a possibility that sometime maybe some of them could be born that way? Because I heard a lot of people say you ain't born a homosexual.
I don't think nobody
how would
is
you
born.
know?
I don't think nobody is born anyway.
No, what I'm saying is, when you're born, like when I say you're born like that, maybe you don't have enough, testosterone inside of you. So that's when I say you probably born that way.
No, I don't think anybody is born that way. I think you're nurtured away. I think that when a child is born, their right or wrong comes from the environment, what they grow up in. It's like learned behavior. So I think when a young boy plays with objects that he's not supposed to play with, that's on the feminine side, at that point, that like, we think the kid is born that way because they're picking up a toy doll. Well, I
always beat you up on that. I don't want to go back to that again.
I mean,
I kicked your ass on that many times.
On what?
On your God allowing homosexuality.
You just lost to
your
me.
God. Hold on, let me finish.
Okay, good.
Yahweh, according to the Bible, allows homosexuality to come on the planet, because he says what in the book of Jeremiah? I knew you before you came out of the womb. I shaped and molded you before you came out of the womb. If the Most High said I knew you, he knew what you was going to be, Captain.
He did not know. So I'm a month ago.
Pull the scripture up.
a month ago, just a month ago, not only did I beat you up, General Hyman beat you up on this very subject.
Right.
He made us to be a vessel of honor. That's what he made us to be. So if we're a vessel of dishonor, who chose to be dishonorable?
That's not what I'm talking about.
That is what we're talking
But that
about.
also
though.
implies that your sexual preferences are a choice. And I think that's part of what he's getting at.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
That way, but chose to be dishonorable is what you just said. And I'm trying to choose.
I said, I know what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
We were made to obey God's laws. That's what we were made to be. When I'm saying the vessel of dishonor, that's to cut him saying God made you to be a homosexual.
Right.
Because if he made you to be a homosexual, but we see the verse.
No, I didn't say made you, but I said he knew what you was going to be. Right?
Okay, so he's saying not new.
Yeah,
right.
He knew what you was going to be when you came out the womb, right?
When he's saying before you came out the womb, I knew thee.
Yes.
Is not saying he knew what you was going to be. That's not the point of what he's saying to Jeremiah in that context.
Okay.
When he's saying that to Jeremiah in that context, he's encouraging him because Jeremiah was afraid to be a prophet.
All right, let me get off the homo stuff right quick. Let me go back to Charlie Kirk real quick.
Okay.
The followers of Charlie Kirk, how do you think that will affect black people? Do you think that the followers, his followers, could somehow affect black people?
I think that since Charlie's death, now I'll take the jacket off. Now I done promoted my brother's jacket enough. Yeah. So I think the followers.
Damn heat up. The heat is coming up, man.
Yeah. So the followers of Charlie Kirk.
And you see, I got all the windows open. That ain't stopping nothing, man.
So the followers of Charlie, well, since the death of Charlie Kirk, the followers of Charlie Kirk, for some reason, have made it be black people's business. I think they was upset like a mother scooter when it wasn't a black person that unalived them. So now that it's a white person that deleted them, okay, what can we blame black people for? You don't cry for Charlie. And since you ain't crying for Charlie, now we're going to condemn you for that. When not realizing when George Floyd died, right? And George Floyd's not a political figure. Right. George Floyd was a drug addict that was deleted by a police officer with his knee on his neck. You'll have Charlie and them that say he didn't die from being deleted. He died from being a drug addict. Charlie and them didn't have the compassion on black people that they expect us to have on white people. But white people will always look for an excuse to denigrate us, to make us be under their foot. So now Charlie's death has sparked death threats to HBCUs. Charlie's death has sparked why y'all not having compassion. When you could see, I got videos of a white girl desecrating a vigil for Charlie, but you won't see that on popular media. You'll only see us on popular media. The thing I was showing you about the HBCU, them attacking those black kids, but the white men was able to go home. That's what you see because the propaganda is to always make it about us. Why? Because that was Charlie's mantra. Even before he got shot, when they was asking him about the trans shooting, the first thing he asked was, does that include gang violence?
Yeah.
And right when he said that, pop, pop, just one pop, he gets shot.
I didn't get to see it. You saw it?
Yeah, I sent you the video.
Damn, I didn't see it. Man.
I saw that. They popped his ass.
They still got the video
and he
up?
was leaking like this. No, I got it on my phone.
Oh, yeah, I got to see
that. So I have to
that.
send you that. He shot him, and then he died. And it's like now, because Charlie's mantra was about pointing out how criminalistic we was. Just think about that. Charlie said that it was more likely that a white man would get deleted by a black man than by a white man. And then he goes ahead and get deleted by
a white man, a white boy.
And so now the white man don't really have that talking point with his death. So now he got to come up with something else. So now it's the lack of crying for him that we have to go. The lack of not holding up his mission, or what they try to spin was Charlie wasn't racist.
Right.
So when we go and speak against what Charlie was saying, no, that's not what he meant. He was just trying to open up to a truth. He was a good Christian. He was about this. He wasn't saying he didn't want to get on a black airplane. He was just pointing out how DEI didn't do this. When no, he said, if I saw a black person, a black pilot, I'm wondering if I'm gonna survive.
Specifically a black female pilot, actually.
And what's crazy is it's only 3% of black people that fly planes. Mm-hmm. That means 97% are other races. So that means that all these crashes are by other people. So maybe we need more black people flying planes. Because historically, when the Tuskegee Airmen was doing those support, when they was dropping the bombs and they was doing the escorts, they didn't lose one plane during the escorts. And when I'm saying not losing one plane, their job was to escort the bomber jets that was dropping the bombs.
Right.
So they had to make sure that those planes didn't get hit while I was escorting, and they didn't lose one. So if anybody is perfect, it's black pilots. If anybody is imperfect, is the white pilots and every other pilot that was escorting and losing the bomber jets. So we clearly are the more intelligent ones, but you let Charlie and them tell it, it won't. And the reason why that's a good question is because black people got to pay attention. We have to pay attention that we'll always be to blame even when we're not to blame. Mm-hmm. They turned Charlie's death and even made that about, because you don't hear nothing about that killer that killed Charlie. Right. You don't hear nothing about the family. Right. And here's the crazy part, what they always say about black people. Black people are violent because they grew up in a
They sneaking him out of here, I think.
No, but
I'm saying they're going to sneak that little white boy out of here, man. You don't hear nothing about that.
You don't hear nothing about, and because you know what's crazy? When black people are violent, they say it's because we grew up in a broken home. This man grew up with a mother and father.
Look at
in
that.
a good home.
Look at that.
Went to college. From all intents and purposes to the upper class.
Getting into some conspiracy stuff now.
You know who's going buck wild with it?
Who?
Candace Owens.
Oh, she getting it?
Candace Owens.
They are not shutting her down. They let
listen, Candace Owens went on public media and said that guy did not delete Charlie Kirk. Publicly saying. So if anybody going down that rabbit hole,
and they are not letting her, they keeping her channel up.
Her channel's still up. They ain't taking that channel down.
Look at what they did to your host on the what's channel, the late night show.
Which one?
Kimmel.
Yeah. Look
at what they did to
when
Kimmel.
He made that joke. Yup, they took his show down.
That's
Jimmy
what I'm
Kimmel
saying.
went
They're allowing
down. Candace Owens is saying publicly.
She bad though, man.
Yeah,
when I say she bad, I ain't talking about the way she looking and all that.
Right.
I'm talking about the way she can pull in the view count.
Yeah.
Like everybody.
She definitely know how to pull content.
And I'm surprised.
I like hate, and I hate like her.
I'm surprised they didn't give her a goddamn show yet, bro.
Yeah, it's because she's kind of not controlled.
Yeah.
But controlled,
she's been kicked off on at least one network already.
Because she was with Ben Shapiro.
She was with Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, got kicked off. Yeah.
And she started her own shit, and now look at that.
Yeah.
She bad.
Yeah.
You got it. She bad.
No, they could demonetize her.
They can demonetize.
Yeah. But they haven't, and I'm surprised they haven't flagged her content.
I like her. Whether I agree with her or don't, I just like the way she just goes in.
I don't. I mean, just for the record, I don't.
That's why I said I hate like her.
Yeah.
Sometimes she'll say something good, like when she had that homosexual that was trying to support transgenders, and she used Rachel Dolez as an example. Yeah. I like her.
No, clearly she's intelligent. Nobody's taking that away from her, but I think she is a tool of the oppressive. She's definitely the oppressive.
She's married.
And she does nothing.
Yeah, she's married to a white man.
They're talking points about us. And she uses her background and the fact that she's been through so much in her personal life.
Did you do a show on her yet?
I haven't done.
I think that should be the next one, bro.
The reason I didn't is because so many people have covered her, right? I'm just trying to bring information that people don't have already. Right. A lot of black people already don't like her.
And you know what's crazy? It was a white boy, I think, that was not, I don't want to say beat her up. When she was in high school, it was a white boy, and it was her boyfriend, a white boy that she liked. That was pranking her phone, harassing her, and she found out that one of the boys that was doing it was a white boy, and she forgave them all. That bitch is diabolical.
All right, man. Let me ask you this,
That's the appropriate use of the word right
Let me ask you this right here. P. Diddy.
For the record.
Let me go into the bad boy real quick. P. Diddy, I think he learned a lesson. Do you think P. Diddy learned his lesson, brother?
Nah, I think he definitely was humbled. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was humbled greatly. We'll know for sure at the offset, like when we say he learned his lesson, we're looking at it from how we would perceive it based on going through that. Meaning, if we went through what he has went through, right, we would learn the lesson. We'll know for sure if he learned a lesson when he comes out, how he conducts himself.
Do you think his sentencing was a little too harsh or just right?
I don't think his sentence, okay, when I make this statement, I'm going to explain. His sentence wasn't good enough for me, but not for the reasons people think, because of course, people, okay, at the outset, well, we finding out that really Diddy is just a freak. He didn't do nothing that would warrant jail time to me at all.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, come on.
But because of that freakish behavior,
consensual grown people, bro.
Right.
He ain't molest nobody or rape nobody.
Right.
These are grown people consenting to doing what they wanted to do.
But the sexual deviancy, so the reason why I said it wasn't harsh enough is the same thing when he got off from all of them charges. Like, cause I think it was like 11 charges. Yeah. So, and when he got off of them charges and black people celebrated, I'm saying the same thing with the sentence. It's not going to stop sexual deviancy in our communities. That's why I'm saying it wasn't harsh enough. I don't want black men to spend 20, 30 years in jail, so I don't want people to think I'm coming from that angle. I look at bigger pictures. He didn't stop. Remember when we filmed this and talked about this the last time, you had people in front of the courthouse pouring baby oil on.
That was crazy.
You got them in front of the court.
That was crazy, bro.
So, which lets you know, we don't care that he's a sexual deviant. We don't care he's sexing out Cassie. We don't care
but he
blowing
paid
the rod.
millions of dollars to Cassie.
I'm not. No.
Talk about her no more.
She's not innocent. No. I'm not talking about. I'm against sexual deviancy.
Right.
I'm against the sexual behavior, the threesomes, the homosexual, all of that. And so we're not going to learn that lesson. And in the black community, the one thing you can do is be a sexual deviant in the black community. If
Polite was a sexual deviant.
And look at how many people.
Why you ain't saying that? I said Polite was a sexual deviant.
I'm about to add to it.
When you look at that history that he, now I sit back and look at all this, he was a sexual deviant.
But look at, he's in jail for grape, right? And you still have people that want to hear his information when he come home.
Still do.
You
people
still
be
have
telling
people,
me today, yo, throw up this video, throw up this. I'm like, come on.
Listen, man. I was doing, when I did that debate with the guy that I said people that outrank me are more human than me. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. When I did that debate, because he had his wife on the platform.
Right.
And so when I do the debate.
Oh, that was his wife?
That was his wife. I didn't even know his wife was going to be on that. Mm-hmm. Now, you know how I feel about women. Right. I tried to give him a shot. The women gets out of order. They kick me off. Right? Mm-hmm. And so I played a video from Barnes & Noble's when I told Polite's wife, you should keep your mouth shut.
Right. Right.
So when that was over, I told the people, I said, you know what? I'm going to throw the debate up that me and Polite did the first time. And so I put the debate up.
Right.
But then I took it down. And when I did the live stream, I said my spirit wouldn't let me leave that debate up because I felt like I was promoting his information. Now, when it's cross the line, like how you put the cross the line up, because we about to check him or something, that's different. But I felt if I put the debate up, there's 45 minutes of him teaching his bullshit that I don't want the people to give light to. And that's what I'm saying with the Diddy. With the Diddy, people are not gonna say, I ain't gonna live this lifestyle because Diddy only got 4 years. If Diddy would have got a lot of time, maybe it would have reflected on their life. So my lens is a little different than what everybody else's lens might be. My lens is just simply, in the black community, the way we treat sex is horrible. Mm-hmm. The way, we treat women sexually is horrible. The way some women treat men sexually is horrible. But so that's what I don't think nobody is really, that's what everybody gonna miss. Nobody's gonna care. Even R. Kelly peed on a girl, they still play his music.
Yeah.
If R.
I ain't gonna front. I love R. Kelly music.
But I don't play it.
Man, I love his music, man.
Yeah,
I don't play it either, but
I was
I
the
think
biggest fan.
I think he was.
That's what I'm saying. So like I hear R.
But
Kelly
they still play it on the radio. Though.
That's what I'm saying.
I stop partying as soon as R. Kelly's music comes on.
Oh.
It's like,
That's what I was about to say. Listen, I could hear R. Kelly.
I think he redeeming himself though. You don't be hearing the stuff that's coming out of the penitentiary, his talking and all that.
No.
Yeah.
I purposely, I'm not going to listen to anything R. Kelly has to say. I think he has done everybody who supports him and our entire community a disservice by doing what he was doing for that many years and for doing it to people with less power than him, and they can put in any situation in the same.
Right.
I think to add what you were saying.
But hold on, stay on R. Kelly.
It's both of them.
Because hurt people.
Right.
R. Kelly was molested when he was young.
And that's fine. Some people get molested, some people don't, but who they turn out to be is independent from that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it has a connection to that, but I don't think that's something you can paint with a wide brush towards everybody becomes a bad person. And I think that how they use their power is really the big thing here. In the black community, we worship people who have more power, who have more wisdom, who are famous alone. Like in the last year, I've become popular on the internet. It's not even real fame, but people are treating me like I'm not a real person all of a sudden. They don't even know me, and they're treating me like a celebrity.
Yeah.
Everybody who's famous on the internet. I'm sure you've gotten some of it in the comment section from people who look up to you and treat you like you're not a real human being.
Right.
And we do this to these people, and we take it to a point where they're clearly using their power. Even if Diddy got off on all these charges, he is clearly coercing people with his power, with his status, with his position. That goes to a disrespect for women. It goes for a disrespect for people with less power and less clout than you. That is the real problem. That's the real enemy, because that is something all of them have in common. R. Kelly did it. Diddy did it. These white people are doing it. Everybody is using their position, their power, and they're using it as a weapon towards everybody with less wealth, less power than them.
Right.
That's the real issue, and it's the real thing that we're worshiping, that we need to stop worshiping. And the lesson is not going to be learned if we give out these pity little sentences towards people who have done major societal harm. Like, so that's the connection that threads all of them together, is power. Cosby did it. Everybody who we put away for doing terrible things to women and young people and people with less power, it's power, man. It's how people with a lot of it use it against people with a little bit of it.
And you see how you was talking about with R. Kelly and sa.neter mentioned the work he does. Do you think he repents and stuff like that? Not to get on that subject, but just so you can understand the lens. That's how we look at the homosexual part. You don't know if they've actually repented, even though R. Kelly is doing those good works. I wouldn't trust him. And when R. Kelly music come on, you be like, damn, you be jamming, and then 5 seconds into hearing the shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust him.
I wouldn't trust him. And he's a phenomenal entertainer.
He's easily, like,
if he didn't have that charge,
being objective, he's the best R&B artist.
That's what I'm about to say. If he didn't have that, the only person comparable.
I wouldn't say best songwriter, because you got to remember Babyface, one of the best.
Yeah, Babyface. Yeah.
But R. Kelly has written for as many people.
Yeah, I think outside of Mike, I would put him at the
100%.
top, without that charge.
Easily.
You know what I'm saying? But with that charge, I can't give him nothing.
No, two things can be true.
And that's what I want.
I would put Babyface and then R. Kelly.
You put Baby. Listen,
brother, y'all don't know. You don't know the song.
I know Face.
You gotta go type that in and see
Bobby
how many
Brown,
songs.
Whitney.
I'm not debating that, bro. Like, I'm never going to Babyface versus R. Kelly, but I know what Babyface didn't do to people. So, like,
right. So we just gonna put right. So I'm gonna just give it to Babyface. So
there you go.
The Babyface is nice, man. Babyface is nice. So with the Diddy thing, I know you're gonna ask something else, but to finalize on the Diddy thing, I just wish we learned to. The best thing is to not live that lifestyle. To not live like Diddy lived, to put a greater vibe, because Diddy used his power to sexually abuse or sexually take advantage of not just girls, boys, men, women, used his power, used being a hip hop mogul to get these people. Because even though they're grown men, they're consenting to it. Even though they're grown women and they're consenting to it, it is him still using his position of power to do that. And so I don't think that should ever be glorified. So that's why I say, like, it wasn't enough time. So if people, I hope people understand the lens I'm coming from.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, should black and brown people engage in civil war?
Now that one is an interesting one because civil war right now is taking place between white people right now, between the left and the right. The left and the right is at serious odds. You can see that from this government shutdown. Interesting part about the government shutdown, both of the recent ones happened when Trump was in office. Mm-hmm. The last time Trump was in office. This time Trump is in office. And so what I would first say to my black and brown people is like Trump would say, stand back and stand by. Like watch these white people as they're doing their infighting. If anything we should be doing is not fighting each other. Mm-hmm. Brothers should be coming together, formulating how we can build. Like this ain't a time to even get involved. And this is what we suffer from all the time when white people or politics, they utilize us as the tool to fuel either side, to get one to fight for the other. But we never look at any opportunity to say, man, while they messed up, what should we be doing for ourselves? What should we be building? Like my brother Tazaryach, sa.neter, Tazaryach down in Texas building farms, man. And not just farms outside, he's building it inside. Mm-hmm. Like he has a room where I keep telling him to put it on YouTube, where he's showing how to grow seeds.
Grow seeds?
Yeah, grow different seeds.
What you talking about?
Like plants.
Like
farming.
Like vegetables and stuff like that.
Vegetables and all of that. He's growing it, and I'm telling him, and he's filming it.
Yeah, he got.
And I'm like, man, you got to put that on YouTube because when there's no food supply, we got to know how to grow food. Mm-hmm. When there's no canned goods, we got to have canned goods. Like, so as we talking about this civil war, this is their civil war.
Right.
We're seeing their kingdom fall. We're seeing their economy fall. We're seeing, and all we got to do is just look at history, because there was another time in history where they had the Great Depression. And as they was having the Great Depression, black people, we was building the best point in black history, where if we would have just pressed the mark to fight more during Jim Crow, I could, that's a dream I wish I could see. Like if we wouldn't have went to try to integrate as much, even though we was going through Jim Crow, and just took in another 20 years to see where we could have went if we would have just endured the Jim Crow, but still built what we was building. Because as they're having their Great Depression, two societies was functioning at one time. The white society was falling, the black society was rising.
But who do you think put that fire out?
Definitely.
We did.
The white people destroyed everything.
No, ain't no we did. You got Negroes like Jesse Jackson, and then you had Negroes like Al Sharpton.
Right.
Where they say, no, don't be like them. Don't fight. Let's have a peaceful march. And then you had Martin Luther King. So black people was ready.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Throw blows, but we was ready to go to war.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. When I'm saying we, and I know you said the white man, or you saying we, and you isolating it to those sellouts.
Yeah.
We can't listen to the sellouts.
Right.
We can't listen to the white man. Like, what we have to, man, if black people could just, and that's that, and I had that problem. I was looking at
right now. You have
growth in the white man system as growth, not knowing the true history of what we was building as their society was existing. And it wasn't until I did a lecture called was integration good for us, yes or no? And it forced me to dive into what we was actually building, the things that we was actually doing while we were still living under Jim Crow, while we were still living under the 13th Amendment, because they're not calling it Jim Crow, they're not calling it 13th Amendment, they're not calling it segregation. But today is the same as back then, except we don't have that family structure. We don't have a building. We don't have, like, we would have had a government by now.
Yes.
If we would have stayed that way, the same way the Jewish man has his, like in Brooklyn, they got their own hospital, fire department, they got their own schooling, they got their own government within Brooklyn.
But see, that's only because they are all under one umbrella, Captain.
No,
Jewish
you got
people-
Hasidic Jews, you got
but they all
Orthodox Jews,
though,
you
but
got
they
unorthodox. No, what I'm saying is within the Jewish, let me say it right, within the so-called Jewish community, they have different sects,
Right.
but they have their own government. What I'm saying is back then, you had Christians that was Methodist, Baptist,
Right.
Episcopalian. You had different type of Christians. You had them that wasn't Christians, but they was building their own. But the problem that we had was when we wanted the white society to be in our society. Like we wasn't satisfied because,
Hold on.
and I think what it was is because ours was in the infant stage,
Right.
and the white man society was built. We didn't want to, at some point, we didn't want to keep building. We just wanted to be a crumb of what was built.
I think, in my opinion, that we will never have true unity until we drop the Bible, drop the Quran, drop all of the man-made religions that was given to us during slavery, brother.
That ain't
What
it.
did Malcolm say? Malcolm
That ain't
said,
it.
when you come in
That ain't
here,
it.
hold up. Malcolm was having a meeting in the community. And he said, when you come in here, leave your religion at the door. Leave all of that stuff at the
Nope.
door.
That
We're
ain't
going to
it.
come together based off of
That ain't
what
it.
we all have a common enemy.
That
We
ain't
have
it.
a common goal. And see, religion stops us from uniting. You can't unite with a Muslim, Captain.
Yes, I can.
No, because he's going to do things that your God is not going to accept.
No,
And then the Muslim is going to say, nah, stop for Allah, brother. We don't do that. You see?
See,
That's
no,
where
but see, that's the
division comes
problem.
in at.
But see, that's the problem. What Malcolm said at the end
Yeah?
was the only right thing. The minute what would unite us and we would be able to build is if we did not love white people. That's it. That's it. Because if the Muslims, right?
Yeah.
The reason why people think religion is the issue is because they about to force feed their doctrine into us when they think we got to build. But if the three of us got together and you said you're going to be in charge of the agriculture side, he's going to be in charge of the legal side. Let's say if I'm going to be in charge of security. We ain't mentioned no religion. However you get the agriculture done, that's how you get it done. However you get the legal side done, that's how you get it done. However I get the security side, that's how I get it done. All under that one thing.
All right,
We
real
could talk
quick.
about
You're referring to alliances, right?
right.
Alliances
Right.
between people who do have those different views, and
Right.
there is there's some validity to what he's saying. I talk all the time about, at least within America, evangelical Christianity is a problem. Like, it's a problem that is filtered into our government, that is filtered into our policies and our laws, and has victimized a lot of people. And so from that lens, religion very much is a problem. But I think what you're saying is that there are instances where we can look past that and form alliances that are
Yeah, we don't have to, like, I'm an Israelite, right? But if I'm coming to the table to somebody, do I need to convince them to be an Israelite to reach or go? No. If that was the case, like I was telling you about my business, right? My business requires me to work with Africans, requires me to work with white people, requires me to work with Amazon, all different factions. Now, I don't go to them and say, y'all got to be Israelites in order for me to do business with you. So why, when we're in the black community and we're trying to build the black community, do I have to start with my belief first? I don't have to start with my belief. All I have to do within my belief is not break the commandments of God. As long as the only way you doing something, if he's in charge of agriculture, and he wants, because agriculture, that's just vegetables, that's different. But let's say if he had a farm and he want us to eat that pork, now we got a problem.
Right.
But as long as we can understand that pig is just a garbage disposal, we good. Whatever else he growing, we good. Now it ain't religion.
All right. Let me get this caller. He been on the line for a minute.
Okay.
What's up, Apostle? You can ask a question.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, hey, what's going on, man? How y'all doing?
Ask your question.
All right, shalom
Hey,
to
Shalom.
the guests and everybody there.
Hey, check your text too. What's going on, Apostle? What's going on?
Yeah, question for you, man. In Genesis, in the garden, the Bible says that God planted trees in the garden.
Oh man, he's trying to cut me.
Those trees that God put in the garden, can they be received or revealed as nations and people?
Yes.
Also, Satan, or the serpent, was it a man?
Yes.
Thanks, Cap. I appreciate that. And my last question is concerning Adam and Eve, whether they had belly buttons or not. Is it your understanding that Adam and Eve had mamas and daddies?
Yes.
It's been great talking to you, brother. I'm trying to expand the understanding and enlighten the mind of sa.neter to the truth and the wisdom of our book.
All right, Apostle, take that one. I'm gonna get your ass back though.
Talk to y'all later, man. Enjoy.
All right, no sweat. Take it easy, man.
And now I didn't know he was gonna come with that one. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but so, and I think, so if we can stop, and what I'm saying, and this is what I always got to say for my Christians, for people that just, think when we say stop loving white people, it means harming them. I'm not talking about harming them, but in the Bible, it says, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. At some point, we are the undesirables. Black people. Mm-hmm. There was this video I just put on my Instagram where this white woman is having a conversation with a black man. This is the conversation. The white woman says, if I get with a black man, my people looks at that as a downgrade.
Sure.
Even if I want to be with him.
Yeah, we know.
You know the black person, the black man is saying? That's from your perspective. Mm-hmm. Because the black man is so goddamn blind to not understand that what this white woman is saying is the absolute truth. That when white women get with black men, the society of a white America looks at that as a downgrade. That is not an upgrade. They look at it when a white man gets with a black woman. They look at it as a downgrade, not as an upgrade. Travis Kelce left that black woman, got with a white woman, they can't stop talking about him. When he was with the black woman, he was a good player. But when he got with that white woman, he's the best thing because he has Taylor Swift. Now this is a white man that we can fully promote because he doesn't have a black woman on his arm. Yep. When I'm saying we have to stop loving white people, we have to take all that love away. And that love gives your resources, your vote, your affiliation. You'll hate black people because you love white people. You can't love black people and white people at the same time. It's inherently impossible because when you love white people, you're going to love what they love, hate what they hate. Mm-hmm. And so those crime statistics, you're not going to see how we're the most exonerated people. You're not going to see how there's millions of black people that don't commit crimes. You're going to believe that 1355 that Charlie Kirk was talking about means 55% of black people are criminals, when it's just 55% of the crime statistics he's trying to tell you, which is not inherent about all black people. You're going to take all of their talking points, like you said with Candace Owens. Now imagine you take their love away. You ain't harming white people. You working with all the stuff that I do. I remember when I was working in corporate America, they found my videos at the job. And when I'm saying I'm working in corporate America, I'm a certified wireless network administrator. I can program IP offices. I used to be the voice of companies. It'd be like, thank you for calling Partners Pharmacy. If you know your Partners extension, you may dial it at any time. I can program that. So at that company, they watching my video. Puerto Rican brother come to me, yo, Ty, they watching your video in the conference room. Calling white man the devil, all of that. And it's a Jewish president. Oh. Man, I start packing my shit up, man. Because I'm like, I'm about to get fired. Uh-huh. I go in that president's office, and he said, Tyree, we saw your videos in there. I didn't know you talk like that. You don't talk like that here. I said, I don't have no reason to talk like that here. I'm not trying to teach here. I did not lose that job. I kept that job. And you know why? Because the same way I feel about him is the same way he feels about me.
Exactly.
We just working a job.
But guess what, Captain? By listening to your story, it's similar to mine.
Yeah.
Because when Dr. Khalid Muhammad would say, yo, we got to be at this place, we going to Atlanta, and we got to be there, and I was like, damn, I got to go to work.
Right.
But we leaving at 5 o'clock. So I would go to work suited and booted, Captain, with my Black Panther button, my beret, and now I work for Giuliani. So when I say I work for Giuliani, meaning he was the mayor at that time.
Right.
So he's the head over anything that's dealing with, the government stuff.
Gotcha.
It's in New York, like transit, all of that.
Damn.
So I was working for HRA, Human Resources Administration. Man, ain't nothing in there but Jews. Them motherfuckers was looking at me like, yo, who's this nigga coming in here all black, suited and booted and all that? And I felt the tension too.
Right.
Because whenever I walk, I would see them looking at me, or they would turn their nose up at me and stuff like that. And I was saying the white man is a devil. And all
that.
You know? So yeah, your story is similar to mine, bro.
And my point, and what I need black people to understand, because they think that if you talk like how I talk, I think they believe that whenever I see a white man, I'm cussing him out, get on your knees, do this, X, Y, Z. No, the lesson in that story, and why I tell that story all the time, is that Jewish man had no problem with me working for him because he thinks about me the same way. And it clicked in his brain. We can make money together. There's no point in that.
Who you see right there?
Yeah, I see you.
Standing right behind the
That's
man.
Khalid. You should let him see it. I know this history. You should let him see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's him with Khalid Muhammad. Yeah.
And I'm standing on posts.
Yeah,
like your men be with y'all? I'm standing on posts. I got a few of them like that.
I know.
A few pictures like that.
I was telling him, like, he got a rich history, you know what I mean, that would be good, to explore. And so when it talks about not loving them, it's just talking about giving your love to your people. And if we could do that, we would instantly be the number one in America, even with the low percentage of people that we have.
So one thing you mentioned when I was talking to you yesterday was that you are explicitly anti-white as an organization.
Right.
And so what I'm curious about is where those boundaries lie, because you're talking about working with white people in your business. I obviously have to work for white people and with white people. I'm
all the time.
In America, I'm on YouTube. Both of those are both white owned and mostly dominated by white people. And so that's been my life story in corporate America as well. So we have that in common. But if you're anti-white as an organization and as an adherent to your faith, how do you square that with working with white people in a cooperative and even pleasant fashion within business operations? Is that something that you don't look down on?
That's not unlawful. So in the Bible, Joseph was advisor to Egypt, even though he was an Israelite. Daniel had good favor with Nebuchadnezzar, even though Nebuchadnezzar is a heathen and Daniel is an Israelite. So it's not unlawful to work with other nations. When we're saying we're I'm anti-white, I'm anti-African, I'm anti-Chinese, I'm anti-Palestinian, meaning they can't come into my organization. You see how I'm saying? Y'all can come in, even though y'all not it, y'all can come into my organization. They can't come into my organization because it's not for them. That's what the anti is. Simplified, a biker gang. If you're not a part of that biker gang, you can't come into, like, the 1% of bikers. Unless you're a 1%er, you can't be a part of them. That's what the anti is. You would have to be with them. The only difference with us is they would inherit, anybody can join. But ours, you can't join if you're not one of us.
But the implication in most organizations when it comes to being anti, or even people they don't let in, is because they don't like them. Like,
I don't like them.
I'm saying the rule you just laid out for several organizations, it explicitly means you can't be with us because we don't like you.
I don't like them, but it's not emotional.
But that's the thing. Liking, by its definition, is emotional. Liking somebody or not liking somebody is an emotional decision.
Okay, when I'm saying emotional, meaning like I don't have when I see him, I don't like got a frown, or I'm thinking emotional, like how I respond.
I'm not calling you out for being like.
No, it's not a call out. This is a teaching moment. That's how I look at it. Like, it's not like, the reason why I say emotion, because you're right with the liking is an emotion. When I'm saying emotion, meaning like how I conduct myself. with them.
Sure.
When I conduct myself with them,
that's an act to an extent, right? Because I'm not calling out anything that I haven't personally experienced. I worked in corporate America my whole life. I got called out for making videos talking about white people, for making tweets talking about white people in previous jobs. I got in trouble in those jobs for
no, I just look at it as the freedom to be who I am.
Sure.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
I just look at it as I'm free to say I don't like white people, and I'm free to joke with white people. I'm free to work with white people. I'm free to do, like, it's just freedom to me. And it's a freedom that if more black people had that freedom, because how I feel is how I think every black person feels. They just afraid to do so or indoctrinated with God loves everybody.
So what do you say to people who say, I hear what you're saying, Captain, but I've been hurt more by black people than European people. Black people hurt me more. I've been affected by black people.
Yeah, that's
more so than Europeans.
Yeah, that's such a red herring question, because if you ask white people who hurt them more, they would say white people. If you ask Chinese people who hurt them more, they would say Chinese people. Because we living around. It's such, and that's what I mean when I say we gotta hate white people. Because you taking a white man's talking point as if that's reflective of your life.
Right.
But ask a black kid that goes to a white school, who hurts them more? It's gonna be white kids.
Right.
Because the minute that black person goes to that white kid, and you know what the difference is going to be? When black people commit a crime against a black person, it's proximity, not because they're black. When a white person commits a crime against that black person, it's because they're black.
Right.
It's racial.
Right.
It's not, that's why like black on black crime is not a real thing. And it's a trope, because they never say white on white crime. Asian or Asian crime. It's only black on black crime. So it's the propaganda machine that pushes. So they push a propaganda machine that I'm going to be harmed by more black people, by a black person first, then a white person. I would hope so if you're living on a damn black block. You're going to have sex with more black people than you are white people because it's in your proximity. Yeah. You're going to party with more black people than white people because everything you do in your community is going to be more with that proximity of people, regardless of race.
How do you feel about more people saying they are Israelite than Kemet?
Woo! Woo! Boy, I remember, boy, 10, 12 years ago.
You know, I turned over. I recruited some Israelites now.
To what?
I mean,
to Kemet?
No, not to Kemet, but to just a free thinker.
Oh, okay.
I took a lot of people away from Israel.
But I'm gonna tell you,
and I know you took a lot of people from.
I'm about to say,
Kemet.
listen, like 10, 13 years ago.
Yeah.
That Kemet machine. That Kemet machine was a machine.
Was
boy.
Tough, man.
Yo, remember that picture you had? Remember that picture you had?
Yeah.
With all them brothers, you had Shaka, Seti, Bashir, Reggie,
you came and closed that down.
Ali Muhammad. You had everybody. Where them niggas at? They gone.
Where them suckers at now? Look at them suckers. Weak as hell.
All of them.
Weak as hell.
Suckers, man.
You done got Shaka cutting off the ponytail.
Yeah, Shaka cut that. Listen, Shaka might be a man now.
Cut that out, man.
I'm just teasing Shaka. I'm just teasing Shaka. But what I'm gonna say though is that Kemet was a machine. Like Kemet forced me to study. I had never studied Kemet. And for those that don't know, for my brother's audience, that's Egypt. Kemet is Egypt. For those that don't know,
I'm quite sure he know.
Yeah, but just in case his audience don't know.
Right.
And when they came about, they were strong. Remember when y'all rolled up, when y'all walked, y'all used to walk from your spot? You used to be holding a stand just like that, walking with the stand. I remember the first time, because remember that Whole Foods wasn't there, so it was a vacant lot. And we see y'all strolling. Y'all was posseed up. Y'all was strolling, coming around that car. I was like, oh shit, they coming in deep and strong.
Shaking and all that.
We weren't shaking now. We're going too far with the shaking. But
here come the kinetic.
Since that time, I think, and you know what's crazy? I don't know if it's just destroying Kemet with the information as much as it's also seeing, like you said earlier, what you love about UPK, the brotherhood. And when you see the cackling back and forth, because, you know, Israelites got their own cackling. Israelites got their own internal shit that you see.
Yeah.
But I think the brotherhood that you see in ISUPK has made, like, Egypt, like, y'all, Egypt is gone.
Yeah.
Side note, all the way off subject. Yeah. This is all the way off subject, but since we talking about Egypt, I haven't said this on your platform. Well, I think I said it one time on your platform. But rest in power to Baba Haru.
Yes.
Baba Haru was a strong brother. He made this ring that I have on my finger, and he made this chain that I have right
and
here.
You know what?
And that's what I got this for. And that's how you know it's for community work, because I'm not a proponent, or excuse me, I'm not a supporter of Kemet. But what Baba Haru saw and what made him such a beautiful brother, beautiful spirit. And I remember the day before he gave me the chain, we was at Jabari's house. And Baba Haru said, and at that time he didn't notice, and this is how I know he saw it. He didn't know I had changed my diet up for a little bit. So I wasn't eating as much meat. I was eating more vegetables and stuff like that. And I remember he said, I see you shining, brother Tazaryach. And you know, he had a way of talking, man, and he was such a good brother, such a good soul, and he saw it. And you know, and he saw something great, man. So rest in power to Baba Haru. I just wanted to make sure I took the time to shout him out.
And I have to agree and admit that you definitely put Kemet in the box for right now, and I gotta revise them. And
that's what you're gonna try to do?
I think I could do that with is Infadiji and Jabari Osaze, man. And
hey, they'll be good. Reggie, don't.
Nah, we got Reggie. Reggie is still
a traitor.
Oh,
you know,
man, damn. You call him a traitor?
Yeah, Reggie's a traitor, and then Reggie come back. Like, you don't know. Like, you don't know what you're getting with Reggie. You don't know if Reggie gonna give up information or if he gonna be straight up. Okay.
So what do you think happened to the Kemetic community?
I think the Kemet community and wanted to be number one. Kemet wasn't comfortable with just having.
Said we the first that did this.
No, I'm talking about the brothers wanted to be number one. The brothers wanted to be the best. That's what I'm talking. No, what I mean is, like, so you take your Jabari's, Polites, your Amon-Ra squad.
Jabari wasn't around at that time. So.
Right. So you take your Polites, Amon-Ra squad, Reggie, Seti, all of them.
Yeah.
They all wanted to be the number one.
Exactly.
So they would battle each other. You notice how they would always battle each other, but you would rarely see Israelites battle each other.
That's what I'm
because the Israelites had a sense of brotherhood.
But
they didn't.
You do have Israelites battling each other now.
They're trying to.
Damn near all the Israelites hated GMS.
Right.
Damn near all the Israelites hate IUIC.
There's sects.
There's
Israelites.
Sects of Israelites. I looked that up.
What? I know them brothers are gonna get mad. I say it out of love because, as Commander General Hunter has said, all camps are supposed to come together. Like, we're not supposed to be divided. And if you all come out of One West, you should be back in One West. It's just that simple for me.
So that excludes Zion Lex. So Zion Lex, shout out to Zion. He's definitely a powerful force to reckon with. So I'm not even putting him in that bunch either, because he wasn't with a camp. They Old Testament, right? He was not with a camp, right?
Yeah, me and Zion don't have no issue, but we do have the last time we talked, we always say we have like a little silent rivalry. So I'm trying to let it go, what you're saying, so I don't do a little tongue in cheek with it, because he be a little touchy sometimes. So I'm gonna try to let that go. But it is meant for us to be together. So when I make the statement, it's not that I have disagreements with of those brothers. It's not like I got issues with those brothers. But Commander Jenny Hunter did say for all camps to come together.
Yeah.
And why be divided? You know why they divided?
Why?
Because they don't want to be in order. Because everybody want to be the man. They all want to be the number one.
Why do you think nobody invites ISUPK? When I say the Hebrews, when it's time for y'all
like a unity camp or something?
No.
Or cookouts?
No, not the
Passover?
Passover.
Right.
How come when y'all have Passovers, there's no Israelite groups inviting ISUPK?
And we invite all of them.
You know why?
Why?
Because I've heard the talkings, but
Okay,
I sit and
Come on,
talk.
tell me why.
They said because ISUPK puts all of these groups down. When y'all put y'all slogan and say, if you're not a part of ISUPK, you're not a real Israelite or something like that. What y'all say?
We say if you're not a part of ISUPK,
There you go.
you're not in the truth.
Right. And they say, well, how the hell they gonna say we not in the truth?
And you know what's corny about that is they all know we started saying that when GMS was teaching that you can have sex with that you can forcibly take a woman in the bedroom, which is graping. So an Israelite group started saying that you can lawfully, that God said you can grape a woman. That's when we started saying it. Before that, we never said that. And they know that history. So I don't know why they and this is why we don't like affiliating, because that's too emotional. That's the emotion we talking about. So you so emotional where you've heard us say that. And then I've invited Israelites to come and sit with us. I've had two groups. Maybe I'll tell you off camera. I have two groups that came and told me personally that they was going to join ISUPK.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I think I know one of them.
And then they changed their mind.
Yeah.
So we've invited people.
Yeah.
They just choose not to come.
And I think that'll make y'all the most powerful groups out there.
Well, we already the most powerful, but it'll make it.
So let me ask you this, man. Talk to me about Aisha Curry.
Ooh.
Do you think Aisha Curry is helping or hurting her relationship?
I don't. Sometimes, well, first of all, I think Aisha Curry is jealous of Stephon Curry. And the reason why, I think she's jealous of her husband. When I hear her say she thought she would have the career that Steph has, that lets me know that she's jealous of what Steph is doing. Because it wasn't by force. They was together in high school.
But what does she do? What is her profession?
She does
cooking, right?
She's basically a media personality. And I think when she says that, obviously she doesn't want to be a basketball star, because female basketball stars are not as prominent as NBA players anyway.
Right.
I think she wanted that same kind of clout, that same kind of professional reputation. He's the face of the NBA, for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Even LeBron's time is ending. Steph has put forward.
Steph is put forward.
And he's crispy clean too.
Right.
He's what Kobe was before the scandal. He is clean in every way. Clean. So I think that's what they're going for. I think that's what the aim here for Aisha is, to continue to find ways, from what I've seen, to put herself forward. And it's obviously in direct conflict with how they want to depict that relationship. Typically, when somebody's as prominent as Stephen is in NBA, they're typically their wife doesn't say anything. Yeah,
that's why I said Savannah James. She's the GOAT wife right now.
Back to Aisha.
They have every right to speak their mind. I want to be clear about that from my perspective. But I think that obviously she's crossed a line that wives typically don't cross in professional athletics, and as well as just celebrity in America in general. We don't see wives of very famous, very powerful men speak up that way.
And you know, it's crazy because and Steph Curry is a good dude. He's impeccable. He's infallible from an NBA position. There's no scandal, nothing. This, and the crazy part, this is the only scandal he got, and his wife did it to him. And the reason why I say,
what does his wife do though?
These things that she's saying that she didn't really want kids. She wanted the career or spotlight that Steph has, and that Steph doesn't understand her. Steph be trying to understand her, but doesn't understand her, and that she's in therapy.
Damn. And that's just sad when you got to come out and do all of this. Do you think, I'm gonna ask both of y'all.
Private conversation.
That is definitely something that you should be talking about behind closed doors.
That's what I'm talking about.
We shouldn't know you in therapy.
Right.
We shouldn't know you didn't want the kids. We shouldn't know Steph don't understand you.
Man. So do y'all think it's dangerous when you become a figure like that to get married?
No, I don't think marriage is the central issue here. I think you have to know for one thing.
What I mean by that is, you know, when you get that divorce, now you gotta split up your money.
Right.
Look at how much money Michael gave his wife.
Yeah, we get
That's what I'm talking about.
what happens at the end and what the potential outcome is, but they were in love before this happened, right? They were dating, they were together, they were committed for life before this happened. He was always religious. He was always very straight up and down about, I'm dating this person seriously, I'm going to end up marrying this person. None of that changed. What changed was fame. Fame is a very highly unnatural state for people to live in. Even people who have just a little bit of taste of it. I get recognized on the street. I'm still not comfortable with it. Like, there's nothing normal about people knowing, that many people knowing who you are, and thinking they see you in person and they think they know you, and they think they can interact. And
have a right to your private space.
Exactly.
Your private
It warps your brain. And for people who are already ambitious, both of them are clearly very ambitious. Steph is a nice person, but business-wise, he is a monster. He is in everything. He's making money everywhere. Like, he might be catching LeBron in billionaire status at some point. He is making so much money in so many avenues, but he's just very polite on the outside, but he's a very hungry, ambitious person, and so is his wife. But she's speaking up about it in ways that make it very clear that fame was not something she was prepared to handle, and especially the fame of somebody else.
And, you know, to add, I think, because I remember when she's done this before, and I think the attention she gets from that is what she likes to get too.
I think so. There
was a video where a man with a shirtless man came out on the show, and she faked like she taking her ring off. And to her, it's a joke, but it's not something you can do. She got backlash for it. Then she said, I want to get attention for men too. I want men to get my DMs too.
Yeah, I remember that.
This is what she's saying.
That's crazy.
As a married woman to this man. And then she says this, it's jealousy, it's horrible. Wife is not knowing, you know, what you have. It's like invaluable. And then because she's doing it on a public platform, now it opens up the public conversations, which is why you make the statement, should you get married? But what I hear mainly, this is why we dog women. Because when you get a good woman and you give a woman everything, you give a woman the earth, she wants the moon. You give her the moon too, she wants the sun. You give her the sun too, she wants the universe. It's like the more you give, the more she'll require. And then you see this is why I be fucking these hoes. This is why I be doing this. This is why I get with this. And then I'm going to get Aisha Curry because everybody looks at Steph as doing everything perfect. So a man will say, why do good if even the good one or the so-called good one going to do me bad? That's this position you win, which goes back into why men won't do that. LeBron doesn't say the things that I'm pretty sure there's all entertainers, there's dozens of things that they want to say, but they know the position they're in, they can't say that. Exactly. And she's supposed to be in a position where she's in. If she don't know it, she should know now she's in a position where she can't say that, even if you feel that. Yeah. Because the other side is, what if the kids hear that? What if the kids hear, I didn't really want these kids? Damn, mama, you didn't want me? No,
and they will hear.
Right.
There's no world in which they can't hear.
Right. And you know where they're going to hear it from? The other kids when they go to school. Right. Their friends are going to say, and you know, kids is brutal.
Kids are,
they'll be like,
and they're straightforward.
Right. They'll be like, man, your mama didn't even want you.
That's going to follow
forever, bro. Yeah, your mama didn't even want you to be born. And you expect kids to have a mature enough mind to understand, I was just talking, you don't understand the context. They don't understand that.
Forget the marriage.
You know,
it's going to impact those kids.
Yeah, you know how unconscious kids are? A sidebar, I was listening to this interview with Will Smith talk about his daughter. Will Smith is a horrible fucking father.
You think so, man?
Look at his kids. Before I tell this story, just look at, you see his son? Yeah. Son gay, daughter lesbian. Horrible.
Is his son gay, or does he dress in ways that would be considered effeminate?
I ain't seen him have sex.
Right, so
but from now,
you see his clothes.
Now I ain't never seen.
Listen, I ain't never seen any man have sex with my own two eyes with another man.
Right.
I'm judging it based on how you conduct yourself. I retract the lesbian part. I'm not 100% sure about that either on the daughter. But the boy, weirdo. You see his conversation with Travis Scott?
He said a lot of strange things.
So
we agree with that.
He's a horrible father. But
why you can't do that.
That is a leap. Like having kids act a certain way does not make you a horrible father.
Yeah,
so,
you can't do that. They got their own mind now.
For why
he said he goes on tour. His daughter had that song, "Whip My Hair, Whip My Hair, Whip My Hair, Whip My Hair." This how she got the bald head. She performs. This is Will Smith telling the story. Mm-hmm. She performs. He does the performance. Performance is over. She says, Willow comes to him and says, "Okay, Daddy, I'm ready to go home." Right? And he's like, "No, we promised Mr. Jay-Z we're doing a 30, tour, so we gotta, go and do another tour." She's like, "But I'm done, Daddy. I'm done." And he was like, "No, I know you're done today, but you gotta keep going." They go to bed, wake up, all her head shaved off. Mm. And you know what he said was? He said, and what I thought to myself was, this is it. This is what we should do. He didn't say it was anything wrong with it. He didn't say he disciplined her. His daughter just shaved her head off because she didn't want to perform. Would y'all have allowed that as a father?
Of course not. Not me.
That's what I'm saying.
Would I have allowed?
If my daughter was begging me to go home,
would you have thought that it was an inspiration? Because that's what he said. He said it was an inspiration.
I think women are far too often scrutinized on how they choose to present themselves to the world, much more so than men are. And I'll say that if my daughter chose to by herself with no consultation with her parents, shave all her hair off, I don't think women that without hair or women who are bald are.
No, why did she shave? But she shaved her hair off because she didn't want to do the tour.
That's a childish tantrum. Children.
I'm not saying it's not. I agree.
That's a normal thing.
I agree. I
wouldn't frame it as an inspiration.
That's what I'm asking.
Directly address your answer.
He didn't address it as a father. He addressed it as, I'm subservient to my child.
I get what you're saying.
Like in Isaiah 3:12, it says, children are the oppressors and women rule over them. He responded like that. He didn't respond to it as a parent would.
One, I don't think that's something, again, we're back to things that shouldn't be public conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not.
I agree with that too.
To be listening to Will talk about how he's parenting his kids. One, I don't care. And two, now that you've made me care, I have all kinds of questions. Like, there's a lot of things, a lot of pieces of this conversation. Kids shouldn't be on tour in the first place. Like, there's so many things.
That's a whole nother thing.
That shouldn't be happening.
Right.
So
I agree.
Flaws in how we even got to this point where she had to shave her hair off because she didn't want to go on tour. That 100% damn near of people can't relate to. Nobody knows the pressures of being a professional musician, being on tour in the first place,
right?
Having contractual obligations that you don't want to live up to, and then your dad is pushing you to do it. This is a warped situation that we shouldn't have been in the first place.
I agree, and that goes to Aisha not understanding that very same dynamic and the conundrum that she put her whole relationship, like she bringing her relationship into the spotlight and not for good reasons. And that's the unfortunate, sad part that we have with that.
I agree. I agree. I agree that bringing your personal relationship into the public spotlight, especially when you have this platform and this many people are going to see it, the blowback is going to have on your partner, on your kids. I think it was deeply irresponsible. At best, it was deeply irresponsible.
All right. What else you got, Si? I'm gonna need to wrap this up in a second.
Okay. Why is Cardi B being celebrated for being pregnant while still being legally married?
Yo, Cardi B is.
You don't like Cardi?
It's crazy. So I haven't heard the whole out. Well, I heard most of it.
Her album is fire. I
like the Spanish song that she got. That's actually the only song I like.
I didn't hear none of it. I heard it was fire.
But Cardi B is, boy, she got the hoes out here like they winning. That's a horrible mother too.
You said she got them out here doing
She
what?
got the hoes out here thinking they winning. And that's a horrible mother too.
What do you think about her and Nicki Minaj's beef, ongoing beef? You know the last thing Nicki Minaj told her?
Talked about her kid, right?
Yeah, called her kid a monkey. Yeah. Said your kid is a damn monkey, and her child is only 7 years old.
Nicki's a child, bro.
Why is you doing that to a 7-year-old child, man?
It was Nicki in her 40s. She's a child.
Yeah, Nicki.
So when
while she pregnant. got a whole, I think 5-month-old or something. That mean, you know, Stefan, they doing threesome. They doing the same thing her and Offset was doing. So if you're gonna do the same, like Sierra and Wilson, right? Sarah's with Future, realized she don't want to be with a guy like Future. She actually went and got with a total opposite. So you can say, man, Sierra, she learned her lesson. She went and got with this square ass Russell Wilson and shit like that. Cardi say, I'm leaving him because he cheating on me. And went and got with another man, and now the same type of man, and then wants to convince us that she's okay with the cheating ways.
It's crazy. So let me ask you these 3 questions from Elder Yara.
Okay.
These are questions from Elder Yara.
Okay, and these will be the last 3, and then we'll head up out.
No, I got a phone call to make because he wanted to ask you a question too.
Okay, so do 2 questions in the phone
from Yara?
Yeah, so instead of give me 3, give me 2. Okay. And then 1 question.
Was Charlie Kirk assassinated? Was Charlie Kirk assassination a setup to start a race war? Do you think?
No.
Okay. Are Israelites better prepared to survive a race war in America?
ISUPK is.
No, you're not, man. No,
you was out your mind. Let me tell you something. Well, we have each zone. We have escape plans. We have fallout plans. We have food plans. Like ISUPK is prepared. Like in New York, New Jersey, if something goes down, we know who to call. We know where to go. We know so we have that in place. So ISUPK prepared. If y'all want to get prepared, you know what you got to do. Get up in this school.
Hello?
Say cool. What up, brother?
Hi, sa.neter.
Come on, I got Captain Tazaryach here. He waiting on your question. Remember, you said call you. Here you go.
Oh, yes. I'm in a store at the moment, but let me just step out in a minute so that I can be able to ask my questions.
Yeah, you should have kept that on for this one. Trust me.
Yeah, but... So, it's not live, is it?
Nah, we're not live.
Okay.
But
I just have a couple of questions. I understand Captain Tazaryach. I know his ideology. I know what he believes, and personally, I have no problem with him. Anybody can believe whatever they like.
Facts.
But I just have the first question I have for him is: can he distinguish between empirical fact and faith? Like, my faith is different from empirical fact. Does he know the difference between empirical facts and faith and beliefs?
What's empirical facts?
That's what I'm asking you. Do you know the difference between empirical facts, beliefs, and faith?
Yeah, that's all the same to me, unless it's math.
Okay, it's all the same to you. Okay, that's where the problem, because empirical fact is different from...
Give me an example of the empirical facts.
An example is this. Muslims believe that Muhammad sat on a horse and went to heaven.
No, I'm asking you to give me empirical facts.
Can I finish? You said you want to know the difference. So when Muslims say that Muhammad sat on a horse and went to heaven, and we say, can you demonstrate that to be facts? And there is no facts to show that a human being can sit on a horse and go to heaven. So do you see the difference between empirical facts?
No, because you're not showing. I didn't ask you to show me that faith. That's why I cut you off. Listening is an art. I said, give me an example of empirical fact. I didn't ask you to give me an example of some Muslim on some donkey. So can you give me an example of empirical fact? Thank you.
Okay, if I will give you another example. Empirical fact, water boils at 100 degrees or 60 degrees, and we can demonstrate that by boiling the actual water to show that water boils at this degree. Anybody can verify it.
Okay, so I get that part. So now that wouldn't be belief, because that's just boiling.
Let me finish. I'm finishing my sentence.
Okay, I thought. Now didn't he pause? Did he just pause? Hold on. One second. Hey, one second. If you pause, and I asked sa.neter if you pause, just say if you're still talking, because don't make it seem like I interrupted you when you say let me finish. You paused, and so I thought you was done. So you can finish,
go ahead.
but you can finish, but don't make it seem like I was interrupting you.
All right. An empirical fact is something that can be verified by a third party, whether the person believes it or not. If I said 1 + 1 is 2,
I agree with that.
Believe in math or not,
I agree with that.
1 + 1 and make it 2. It's the same in China. It's the same in Africa. It's the same in Europe.
Yeah.
Something that anybody can verify without belief.
Right, but I agree with that. Like when you talk about, that's why I said with math, even that science that you said with the boiling the water, I can agree with that. So there's some things that are facts like that, especially when you talk about numbers. But when you talk about, but you have to give me something different. I'm assuming you're saying my belief in the Bible is not fact, right?
I never said that yet. I said
listening is an art. I said I'm assuming. I didn't say that's what you're saying. I said I'm assuming.
Yeah, I will leave you with your assumption. I didn't say that yet.
But can you clarify? Can we get to a point? I'm saying that there's no difference.
I want you to answer a question without trying to imply my motive. Forget about my motive and just deal with the question.
What's the question?
The question is there a difference between empirical fact and beliefs?
I answered your question directly. I said outside of math, I would say they're both the same thing. I answered, that's the first thing I said when you asked the question. So don't say I didn't answer the question. That is the very first, when sa.neter plays this tape back, you're going to see that's the very first thing I said. I answered it directly.
Okay. So for you, the only empirical fact there is math.
Yeah, like even that, the numbers of the boiling water, that's math to me. That's when it gets to that heating level, that's it. So I'm asking you if you can be more succinct with where you're trying to go. Like if I was to use the Bible, for example, right? Empirical, what's the word to use? Empirical facts. Mm-hmm. So if I use the Bible as an example of empirical facts, the Bible says that there's mountains on the ocean floor in the book of Job. There was no way that he could know that empirical fact when Job wrote it, because nobody had dived down to the bottom of the ocean floor. And then lo and behold, when Jacques Cousteau and submarines and all that could handle the pressure, they saw mountains on the ocean floor. So now that's something that they was able to see in our age, in the 1900s, and something that the Bible wrote about thousands of years ago, both empirical facts. So can you give me something more specific as to what you're talking about? Did he hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so can you?
So I will proceed with my second question. Apparently, I just wanted people to know that you are saying that empirical fact is the same as belief, which is really not acceptable.
This is what can I just read the definition
because
of
people have different beliefs, but people do not argue empirical facts.
Well, people do argue so this is what empirical fact means. A statement supported by direct observational evidence, meaning it is based on what can be perceived through the senses or measured through experiments and experience. These facts are verifiable and form the basis of scientific and other forms of research, like observing that 2 pencils are on a desk or analyzing data from a drug trial to see its effects. So empirical facts in the 1800s might not be the empirical facts in 2025 because the observation changed, but it would be a fact in 1800, right?
No, that's not what it is. So
I just read it.
Fact is what is observed to be true. What you are saying there is that when the evidence change. So that's not what I said. But I wanted to establish that and move to my second question, because this will help us understand the second question or the third one. So my second question is that I've seen some of your video where you've actually said that Black Americans or Hebrew Israelites are more closer to Japanese and white people than Africans.
Right.
And they are the more closest to you according to your Bible story. So I'm asking you, if I don't believe in Bible and I believe in empirical fact, how do I measure that? Is it biologically, DNA, or historically? How do I measure that you are closer to the Caucasian?
I don't know what science could substantiate what I'm saying, because even the science for DNA can only go back so far. Meaning, when you do DNA, if I was to go take a DNA for Ancestry and went to 3 different clinics, I would get 3 different answers, because the science for the question that you're asking is not as accurate as for a child. For a child, it's 99.9%. So if I take that DNA for that child, because that's live data, it'll be accurate. A DNA for my Ancestry is not live enough data. And that's not even something just for DNA for Ancestry. When they do carbon dating, it's the same thing. They carbon date based on assumption, based on what they assume the levels of carbon would be 5,000 years ago. They don't base it on tropical changes, climate changes. They don't base it on none of that. So that's not empirical data on your side. If you said it wasn't empirical data on my side, I wouldn't argue. But both answers would still be belief. So I believe, based on Ham, Shem, and Japheth, that the Shemitic tribes are closer related than the Hamitic tribes and the Japhetic tribes. That's why I make that statement.
Yeah, but my question still, though, I'm saying that if I don't believe in the Bible, I don't, how do I know your statement is true? How do I measure it?
What was my answer when you just asked me that question?
You said based on Shem and Japheth, and you are trying to say that DNA is believed, which is false. But I'm asking you, how do I measure it? I'm not asking you, if you tell me that this is the yardstick you can use to know that I'm closer to this population.
I asked you what was my answer, and you went to Shem and Japheth, which is telling me that you're not listening to me, just like you didn't listen.
But Shem and Japheth is believe. I said I don't believe in the Bible. I made it very clear. I said, what measurement can you give me?
You asked me not to interrupt you when you were talking, and I gave you the floor, and then you're interrupting me. I never have a problem being interrupted, but you're gonna have to give what you're asking, or I will begin to interrupt you. So now, when you first asked me that question, I said, there is no scientific answer I can give you to substantiate that position. And then I went to explain that the DNA for Ancestry is not accurate. If you was to go to 3 different clinics, you would get 3 different answers. Do you remember me saying that? Yes or no?
I heard you say that. I'm not arguing that.
Okay, but that is my argument. You're asking me, what I'm essentially telling you is that I don't have a scientific answer that I can give you, because the science that they say is for your Ancestry is not accurate for me by myself. So there's no scientific answer. When I go get my DNA test, if I go to Ancestry.com, if I go to 23andMe to get my Ancestry, both of them are going to give me 2 different answers, and it's just a guess. So even in the science is not an answer that I can give you. I can only give you an answer from the Bible.
Okay, so let's use the common sense, since we all have 5 senses. Do you think you look more like European and Japanese phenotypically, or you look more like African phenotypically?
I look more like what you would call Hamites typically.
Africans.
Yeah, do you look more like European and Japanese, or you are more similar to African in phenotype and skin color?
Skin color, I would say I look like Shemitic tribes, like the Ishmaelites or the Muslims or Palestinians. Skin color, East Indians, which are also Shemitic, they have skin color. So I don't know if I would use melanin as the reason, because Africans aren't the only ones with melanin. But if you're talking about...
So phenotypically, you look like Palestinians. Is that what you're telling me?
You're interrupting again, African.
sa.neter, I hope you are recording this.
African, you're interrupting again, man. I don't interrupt you when you talk. Can you control yourself? Thank
I
you.
am controlling
Then
myself.
why do you keep interrupting me? Stop interrupting me. Shut your mouth. Thank you.
Okay, I will listen. I will shut my mouth. That's rude, but I will listen.
You don't have to talk no more because you said you're going to shut your mouth. Appreciate it. So.
No, I said I will listen. I didn't say I will shut my mouth.
Talking about kinky, you said you will not shut your mouth?
No, he ain't say that.
No, I will not shut my mouth. That's a disrespectful comment.
Okay,
you have to say, listen to me.
Hey, it's disrespect to keep interrupting me after I keep saying don't. Ain't that disrespectful?
No, I'm trying to make, we are having a dialogue here. We are not fighting. So if you pause, I can come in. But you don't have to be, you are the one who is getting emotional and saying, shut up. I've never used any rude comments since I came in here.
You keep interrupting me. That's not rude?
No, it's not. We are having a dialogue.
If you ask me to not interrupt while you're talking, and then I be quiet while you're talking, but when I talk, you interrupt, is that not rude? You ask
Go ahead. No, it's not rude from my perspective. It's not.
It is extremely rude and ignorant, and I have every right to tell you to shut your mouth because I tried to tell you to stop interrupting me politely, and you won't stop.
No, you are baiting me. You are trying to turn me emotional, but I will not be. I'm just trying to have the conversation.
It's very simple. Here's what we do. We'll reset.
I know what you're doing. It's a game. You think you can use those words to emotionally arouse me, but it will not work for me.
Here's what we
go ahead and speak, and I will speak.
Here's what we can do. We're going to reset the clock. Don't interrupt me again. I will not interrupt you. Fair enough?
Go ahead.
I'm asking you if you agree to the terms, though. I won't interrupt you.
I agree to the terms, but you cannot talk for longer and then.
No, I can talk however you. You can talk however you want. The rules are: I don't interrupt you. You don't interrupt me. So now.
Okay, let's time the discussion then.
No, I'm not timing anything because I don't even have a lot of time. You're wasting time. We agree to those rules. Thank you. So when you're talking about skin complexion. A lot of nations have skin complexion. The white man don't. When you're talking about hair texture doesn't make you the same people. A nose doesn't make you the same people. A mouth doesn't make you the same people. Who your father is makes you the same people. That's our biblical lens. So when you ask a question about do we look phenotypically like this place, we don't do lookership. So the seed of your father is how we determine it, and we come from Shem. Africans come from Ham. That's why we're not connected to you.
Okay. So phenotypically, you look like Palestinians. I just want that to be on record, and we're going to be putting your pictures up with Palestinians. Now, let me go to the next question. I know you believe in the Bible. The Hebrew scriptures. My question to you tonight is, do you have a copy of any original text that dates back to the authors, the what is called autograph? If you believe Moses wrote the books of Moses, if you believe any of those prophets wrote those books, do you have any original copy that dates back to the authors of those books?
As far as before I answer that question, you didn't listen. As I said, listening is an art. I said we don't go by lookership, what you look like. We go by who your father is. So when you responded by saying, I look like a Palestinian, that's you ignorantly not listening. To answer your question about the Moses part, as far as I know, the oldest records, besides the Dead Sea Scrolls, might be a few records dating back to King David's time. The oldest archaeology, which I have the book, is called Mount Sinai Photograph, where you can actually see the Hebrew writings on the bottom of Mount Sinai. You can actually see the tombs written also on the bottom, but that wouldn't be a book. But the oldest writings that I know of is during King David's time.
All right. So first on the Palestinian issue, that came from you. It was you yourself. People can roll back this tape if you have it.
Listen.
You actually said you look more like the Palestinians before you added those other, you qualify your answers. Now with the book, it's obvious, like you said, that there is none of your book date back to the original authors. You mentioned Mount Sinai, we know the date, it doesn't date back to Moses. None of those books date back to the original authors, each of them. So my question is, how do you know that they came from God, and how do you know they are the original one that were given?
Hey, one more. I won't let the Palestinian thing go. What I said about the Palestinians, I said they have melanin. And then I said the East Indians have melanin. I didn't say we look like them at all. Listening is an art. So the very beginning of this conversation is another reason why we can believe this Bible. When you asked about the term, the empirical, I might be saying the word wrong, I apologize. I did say it right, empirical fact. One of the examples I gave was mountains being on the ocean floor as proof that the Bible has empirical fact that science had to catch up with. Also, springs being on the ocean floor, empirical fact that science caught up with. Life being in the blood, empirical fact that science caught up with. So there's things outside of just the history of Israel being in the Bible that only a God could have given the prophets of the Bible that is true. So that's why I believe the Bible. The Bible has information in it that can't be answered during that time period. So that's why I believe the Bible too, among just being Israel. I'm using something outside of regular Israelite history that only a God could have given a man for you to know.
Let me ask you, Captain, will you debate Sekou?
I don't even know the nigga.
You know him, he debated,
I don't know him.
Who did he, he debated Unc.
No.
He beat Unc up.
I made this decree, that last
This
debate.
is an African brother, man.
Yeah, but he got to be somebody for me to debate him.
He is. He's a scholar,
nobody,
bro.
He's a nobody.
Nah,
I can bring my credentials. Does he want to see my credentials? Let's see how educated we'll be. He thinks I'm an illiterate guy.
he's known, bro.
Well, when I say somebody, you got to be somebody worth my time. When I did the debate with that guy, I got to answer the human question. When I did the debate with that guy, after that debate, I said, I'm no longer just debating anybody. You got to be worth it. You got to be somebody. I don't know you to debate you. You could be smart, you could be intelligent,
Man,
all that.
People would love this right here. They know who
I wouldn't.
is.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Hey, tell Sai, you can send me whatever he want. I'll put it on my YouTube channel, see if they want me to entertain you.
All right, hey, Sekou, thanks, brother. We got to go on this one.
Oh my God, I'm not done, but it's fine, sa.neter. I will stop here. So peace and blessing.
Hey, you know what? We could finish it on YouTube. So he might not debate you, but he'll probably jump on and have a conversation or something.
Yeah, for me, I prefer dialogue and conversation.
Yeah, dialogue.
He said he doesn't know me. He had a debate with one of my teachers. What's it called? Shakara. And I said that he won the debate.
Shakara. He said you won the debate.
Yeah.
Who?
I told him he won the debate. That's how objective I am.
What name he said?
With Shakara. He had a debate with Shaka, not Shakara, Shaka Amos.
Oh.
You said Shaka your teacher?
I definitely had debate.
Yeah, Shaka Amos. Yeah, I consider him my teacher in Kemetic history.
Yeah, no problem.
I thought you would say Jabari first.
Yeah, he trash like you trash.
No, sa.neter, when I say a teacher, I don't know everything. When someone knows something, I can be a professor and then I can be taught in something else.
All right, hey, yo, I'll talk to you later, Sekou, and we're going to set up a discussion with you and the brother.
He lying.
I want to have a sit down with him. I don't have a problem with that.
He lying to you.
Don't run from Sekou, brother.
He's
a problem.
Okay,
all right, peace. Sekou.
He couldn't even have simple listening comprehension.
No, he's a problem.
I was refraining from saying anything because I didn't want to be part of it.
Right.
And keep it sterile. But that man don't listen at all.
Yeah.
At all. Like I was completely impartial. I don't know that man from anybody else. But every point he was making about him not listening was accurate. He answered every question directly first.
He could disagree with it.
Gave more context.
Right.
Like there's simple rules to having a conversation, and people like that are not here to actually get answers to their questions. They come in thinking that they're right, and they want to pin you to the wall. And I think that's an irresponsible way of having an intellectual debate. You have to come in knowing that someone else might say something that teaches you something. He was not open to anything that Capt was saying.
So, Captain, last and final question.
Right.
I'm going to give you the opportunity right now to redeem yourself because the Christians are going off on you, man. They going in on you, hard body.
But what?
They heard this Christian brother ask you a question. He said, it ended up being like, is Captain Tawar above you?
Yeah, Captain Tawar.
All right, you said Captain Tawar is more human than you because he outranks you. What do you mean by more human than you, brother?
So, like, you'll hear General Hyman say, Commander General Han is better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you'll hear me say that. You and I have had these conversations before.
Better than you in what, though?
I'm about to explain.
Okay.
The thing about this, the conversation that we're talking about, we're talking about rank in the body of the Most High, rank in the school. We're not talking about what I do for Carl Gas. Nobody's better than me at Carl Gas. I'm a better human than everybody at Carl Gas. It's my business, I run it. I'm a better father to my kids than anybody else. I'm a better human.
Right.
So when I'm making a statement, I'm just talking about from a rank position. Like when it says servants be obedient to them that are your masters. Servants are humans, masters are humans. But the master is better than the servant. That's why he's the master, and that's why you have a servant. That's the context.
But you said more human.
More human is the same.
See, I think you used the wrong word when you say.
I use the word on purpose.
I think,
not if it means something different to him. I think that's what he's saying.
right,
Yeah,
but I'm telling you, to everybody in the world, it would mean it's crazy to say someone is more human than you because they rank higher than you. I would say he's more powerful in the organization.
Is Michael Jordan
than me.
more human than?
He's not more human than me because he got more money than me. No.
Is Michael Jordan? Is Michael Jordan more human than Kiki Vandeweghe?
No.
Yes, he is.
Nah, you can't say that, bro.
Yes, he is.
You can say
if I'm trying to,
Michael Jordan is a greater basketball player than Kiki Vandeweghe.
The reason why I'm saying that is because that's the context of what I'm talking about. Kiki Vandeweghe, white. Kiki Vandeweghe ain't gonna get profiled. Kiki Vandeweghe
That's not true, brother.
Shit,
white people get profiled. White people still. But I know what you're saying. The majority of white people don't. But white people still do.
Chris Rock
You
said,
know what you got to look at, Captain? Yeah. Go and look at them cop programs and watch how they be dogging them white people.
No, you ain't getting the point that I'm saying. The point that I'm saying, when I say Michael Jordan is a better human than Kiki Vandeweghe, it's in the context of playing basketball. Nobody said you fly in the air until who? Air Jordan. He's a better human. That's all I'm talking about, man.
Yeah,
and using the word human and people being all in an uproar about it is how I know I use the right word. Yeah. I'm saying it to be controversial. I'm saying it to make a point.
But it make you look crazy though, man.
I'm already crazy.
I would say that there's a piece missing in this conversation in that people listening to you are probably still hungry for, like, how do you define this word human? Because
there you go.
Gave me, it doesn't make sense to me yet.
Yeah.
Like, I still don't get what you mean by human. Because if you say, how would you frame it with me and you?
Right.
Like, which one of us is better?
If you got a basketball team, it's 12 players.
Yeah.
Are somebody's going to be better than the other?
Yes.
Better at something else.
That's all I'm talking about. When I said, if you would have heard the tape, if you would have heard the clip, I'm not talking. That's why I said I'm a better father to my kids. Right. I'm a better human than in that. I'm a better human at Carl Gas.
Yeah.
That's the context I'm talking about. I'm using the word human.
So you mean better at being
that specific thing.
Right.
Not overall human.
But so you got to explain that though.
What's the difference in overall human and how you use it?
Meaning, as an overall human, we all start off the same.
Right.
But when you in a profession, somebody's gonna be better than that other person. Meaning that human gift that they have at that profession is better than the human gift you have at that profession.
I think we all understand the lens of talking about it towards a profession. But when we talk about being a human,
when we talk about spirituality, spirituality
is what you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's
that
the
was
word that you use when you said
human to refer to.
No, but look, it's the way you said it. You said
He's a better human.
More human
because
than
I'm
me.
talking, but I was
How could
talking.
anybody be more human
But
than
I was
you?
talking spiritually when I was answering.
Yeah.
His rank over me is spiritual, so he's better than me.
Right. This makes sense to me. I think we're getting to a point that makes sense. I think if I had to explain it in very clear terms, when you say better human, if we had to translate it, it sounds like it's lingo or slang that makes sense to you and people you
That's
know.
all.
But that translation is that he's more spiritual or further down that path towards spirituality.
And I did. And so when the battle is over, and to my audience, which I didn't have to explain it to my audience for the record, my audience understood it, but I explained it anyway.
Yeah.
But what I liked about it is that you made his wife laugh at him at the end of that. When you said, he's more human than me, but I'm more human than you.
Right.
And she just bust out laughing. She started laughing at him and shit.
Yeah, she laughed at him a couple times.
Oh, man.
When I said, I don't know what listening you doing or something like that.
It made me laugh when you said that shit.
Because I am more human than him. And that's the point. So like, in our structure, Commander Junior Hanna is better than me. That's why he's Commander Junior Hanna.
But let me tell you the danger in saying that. When you say, because he outranks me, he is more human than me. What are you saying to your family? Because because they outrank your children, they outrank your wife.
Right.
Are they better human than your children?
No, but they know this. But that's what I'm saying. When people know what I teach and how I teach, and I've been saying this for a long time, in Ephesians it says, servants be obedient to your masters. A master is greater than a servant, right? Mm-hmm. So the master is better than.
Pause. Actually, no, I would disagree. I don't think a master is better.
I agree. I agree with what he's saying.
That feeds into the mentality we've had since slavery, that somebody has power.
I agree with what he's saying.
They're better. No, they're not.
You know, in Ephesians, that's one of the scriptures they would use when it says, "Slaves, be obedient to your masters."
Right.
Now let me.
I think that's fucked up too, personally.
No, it is. Yeah. No, it is. So now, but when you read the whole all the verses, so it starts off saying, "Masters, be obedient to your servants." Yeah. Not with eye service, but as fear and trembling, as unto the Most High. When you read
servants to masters,
servants got to do that to the masters, and then 2 verses down, it says, "Masters do the same thing to them." So even though the master is above the servant, the master has to do the same thing to the servant. So my point ain't what they have to do for each other. My point is the rank, because there is a rank. And the point of having rank is that if we're all equal, I can't tell you what to do. You can't tell me what to do. Now we just stuck with both thinking our ideas should matter. But if you do outrank me, you can tell me what to do. I can follow you. And then if I have an idea and you listen to the idea and you say, no, that idea works better, you can say we're going to rock with that idea. That's the focus of rank.
So if I outrank you, am I a better human than you?
Yeah. From when we're talking about,
using the wrong
listen to what I'm saying. But I'm only talking spiritually. I'm only talking about in the spirit, because our rank.
You got to change human to power.
No, but our rank only comes from the Most High, and I should be K. And I was explaining this to you earlier when he was asked about our rank structure. Our rank ain't based on time served.
Right.
Our rank is based on your work of the Lord. Because your rank comes from the Lord. I said that verbatim earlier. Your rank comes from the Lord. So he's better than me because his rank came from the Lord. I only use the basketball examples so people can understand what I mean by better.
How does your rank come from the Lord, though?
By the work that he does, by the information,
by the knowledge that he has.
It ain't knowledge.
Okay.
Because it's what he does. So like I'm a baby in the truth, even though, so I'm like 16 years or whatever. The truth been out since 1969. Commander Junior Hanna been in it for a long time. But in the short time that I've been in the truth, look at what the Most High has allowed me to do.
Right.
That's the Lord given rank. That's what we mean. The Lord did that. Because men that, because men, let's take it outside of IHBK, like you was mentioning GMS and other groups and stuff like that. Men that have, quote unquote, in their mind or whatever, been the Israelite longer than me, have not done what I've done. But the Lord is the one that used me. That's why we say the Lord gives rank. Because how can you see the Lord allow me to do the work for him that he's done, and then not say he deserved to have this rank.
Now, what if I was to tell you, and no disrespect to none of the ISUBK, that you are more popular than General Yohana today? And guess what? The Lord made it that way. Your Lord.
And you know what,
yeah, like that. Like Malcolm X.
Right.
Malcolm X outranked. He's more popular than Elijah Muhammad.
Became a problem.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Khalid Muhammad became more popular than Minister Farrakhan.
Right.
You now are becoming more popular than damn near your whole goddamn ISUBK.
Now, not only did the Lord...
How do you feel about that?
Now, who wanted that besides the Lord?
Nobody but the Lord.
That's a lie. Not only did the Lord want that,
go ahead,
but Commander Jenny Hanna want that.
Oh, okay.
General Hyman.
He wants you to be better.
We don't care. The beautiful thing I love, and I'm glad you mentioned Malcolm.
Yeah, that was a good.
I'm glad you
piece.
mentioned
that was
Khaled,
good.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said this, I think, in the debate that we had with Khalid Muhammad. Not Khalid.
Why do you think everybody calls you for interviews now?
Right. No, you're right. But here's the beautiful thing, and what I love about ISUBK, there's a lot of lessons that can be learned, right? And the lessons that can be learned is that popularity doesn't supersede brotherhood.
Right.
Popularity doesn't supersede the organization. We're supposed to want all of us to be popular for the truth to go out. So why would Commander Jenny Hanna say, "No, Cap, don't do that interview.
Right.
Don't do this." Right.
No, I don't think he would ever.
I'm saying this because this is a lesson that needs to go out, because this was the downfall of Malcolm and Elijah.
Right,
it's the downfall of Khalid and Farrakhan. Because when they see somebody coming up, putting in work, and you know the thing about it, Malcolm had a zeal. He just loved being a Muslim. Khalid had a zeal. He just loved being a Muslim. And he doing the work because he feel Farrakhan put him in that space to go teach. He doing it. This one put me in a space to go teach. I'm doing it. Commander Jenny Hunt, I didn't want to do this. They told me to. Listen, if General Muhammad don't do interviews, so I have to tell this story. When me and Polite did that debate the first time on the street, I went to General Muhammad, I gave him the report and said they want to do the debate. I told General Muhammad, I said, yeah, so Captain Tawar going to debate, because in my mind, Captain Tawar, I'm not even a captain at the time. I'm just Officer 5,000. I say, Captain Tawar going to do it. General Muhammad said, nope, you're going to do the debate. General Muhammad said, nope, you gonna go here. General Muhammad said, nope, you gonna go here. General Muhammad said, nope, you go do it. Me and Commander Jenny Hanna come out and talk all the time. Commander Jenny Hanna said, look at the world famous. What's going on, Cap? World famous. That's how we talk. You world famous. You Mr. World famous. I don't even know if I can get a phone. I don't even know if I can talk to you. I don't even know if I can do it.
But that's brotherhood right there, man.
That's my point.
That's what I love about y'all.
And that's why I say it's from the Lord. So when you say the Lord did it, not only did the Lord do it, Commander Jenny Hanna know the Lord do it because they wanted me to be in that position. And the lesson that everybody's supposed to see is that in ISUBK, we want everybody to be great.
So you Jesus now.
Man, shut your ass up. This nigga always gotta go left.
You the Howard shot now.
Gotta go left.
You the Howard shot, brother.
Get that shit up out of here, man. Get out of here.
General Yohana is the father, and you the Howard shot now.
All I want is for everybody to understand this, man. Like, brotherhood is the ultimate weapon.
Yes.
In this whole entire thing. Popularity. When I get around my school, I'm captain of 13,000 Tazaryach. I'm a cog in the machine.
Right.
To the outside world, I'm Captain Tazaryach, that debate that was sent by them. You notice, and then it's different lanes. When we go to Haiti and stuff like that, it's Yatazar and Kapash. That's their lane.
That's their lane.
If it's the garden and stuff, that's down in Texas. That's Katazar Development. That's his lane.
That's the brother that made that for you.
Yatazar, yep. He the one that made
brother,
that.
Man.
Yeah.
He fired,
you know what I'm saying? Man. In Chicago, in the Midwest, we got Captain Maraquad. That's his lane. In California, we got Gaddarhar. That's his lane. So there's a lane that all of us are in. And you know what? I can't go into Captain Maraquad's lane.
Everybody
I don't even know how to do it. I don't even know how to do what Captain Maraquad does. I don't even know how to do what Captain Gaddarhar does. But I know how to do what I do.
Right.
So what I do is I'm great and I go in what I do. And you know what we all want? We want us all to be successful. If I could say one more thing, as popular as people say I am, I have never felt jealousy in the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge.
And you know what else I see in you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't let it get to your head.
At all. I'm the same.
You're just a goddamn regular soldier.
I'm the same cat.
That's what's up, man.
I'm Skippy, and I was telling him yesterday, because I'm deathly afraid of the Most High.
I know.
And he ain't gonna have me out there having some wild shit being done to me and nothing like that. I'm scared of him. So I love him to death. And the Bible says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love. So I'm afraid of him because I love him. And that's that. So I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. I'm Captain Tazaryach of BK under Commander Jenny Hanna. Appreciate Cam coming out here and linking these two brothers up.
Yeah.
Because, and sa.neter tell you, I try to invite him to everything that I'm being filmed for.
That's right.
Because this brother don't get enough love and showers or serenaded the way that he should for the 30, 40 some odd years this brother been putting in work. And so I always like to make him be a part of anything
Thank you,
that
brother.
I'm doing.
So Cam, let the people know where they can find you at.
Cam James on YouTube. I am no longer on social media, so that's it. I've been doing my thing for a little while now, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all that gives my work a chance. So
peace, brother. Thank you. Yo, y'all need to go and check out Cam James. His channel is really popping. I love the way he do his news reporting. He did something on Tariq Nasheed on the ADOS, excellent. He did something on Dr. Umar, excellent. So the brother definitely did his thing on that. He came all the way from Atlanta to hang out with the captain, and then they came over to me later on. But yeah, Cam James is definitely up and coming, and he's doing his thing, man, for real. I love it. I love the brother. Information. Anybody would like to come in and add on to the knowledge? I'm here for a minute if y'all want. Oh shit. Damn. It's after 11 o'clock. So if y'all want, y'all can come in right quick. If not, I'll be out. I'll stay to 12 o'clock at least. Another hour. All right. Nobody would like to come in. That's cool. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. All right. I hope y'all ready for we getting closer and closer to this debate right here. The debate is getting ready to go down. This is going to be one y'all don't want to miss. Whoever miss it, y'all just going to miss it, because I'm putting it right in the vault. I'm putting it right in the vault. I might play it 2 or 3 years later. Yeah, and then when I do decide to play it, it will be still pay-per-view. So y'all could try to wait and think I'm gonna throw it up and all that, but it's not going up. It's gonna be a fiery debate. I'm gonna keep this joint right here in its vault. And if y'all miss this, y'all just gonna miss it, baby. Just gonna miss it. Thank you. The link is in the chat. Thank you, H. Millette. Thank you, Queen. Appreciate that. Get your tickets now. Don't wait till the last minute. Let me see if Inky got something to say. Inky always got something to say. If y'all want to come in, hit that link. Damn, they really blocked my channel today. I was going to say I can't believe it, but I can believe it. Yo, if you want to come in and say something before I close, hit the link. You good? You want to talk about last night debate?
Damn, I'm not even in the house. We got to go live tomorrow, though, son.
Okay, I'll go live tomorrow.
No, I mean, me and you, like, we got to do something on purpose.
Okay, you live now. The people hear you.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah. We got to go live tomorrow and do something on purpose, because, you know what I'm saying, that was crazy with homeboy with the witch hat on and all that. You know what I'm saying, Si? Like, that was wild right there.
Well, you know, you got to expect that from the minor leagues, man. That's the minor leagues, brother.
Come on, side. There ain't no minor leagues in Harlem, bro. Ain't nobody wearing no witch hat and leather vest with their arms out and all that. That was wow.
Well,
So
you
we got to
can't
deal with.
you can't hate on somebody's style. That's how he coming in. That's his style. I remember when you came in, you used to wear the white jacket, the doctor's jacket.
I
Like,
still
come
got
on.
I still got my white jackets. I
Yeah,
still got my
yeah,
white
I know,
jackets.
I
But
know.
hold on. But nah. That come on, side. That allows, that gives people the idea like, oh, he must be down with Inky. You know what I'm saying, with the witch hat and all that.
Why?
Like,
You never wore the witch hat?
yeah, but y'all got him on my side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, hold on, man.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. With us,
Yeah.
we got to get him together. He got screenshots for his presentation and all that. Like, come on.
Yeah, you funny.
Yeah, I was like, yo, he got the bathroom curtains up and all that in the video. I was like, nah, bro, he ain't with us, bro. He could get down with us though. I like the brother's energy and all that.
What up, Ryan? Hit the link, Ryan. Let me see if
definitely could.
Let me see if that's the Ryan that I know. Ryan ain't come through in a minute, man. Ryan came in.
Marcus, let me finish up out here. I'm outside.
Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're going in tomorrow though.
Yep. Ryan came in, beat up Elder Yara, and broke out, man. Yo, that's crazy, right, yo? Ryan came in, smoked, beat up Elder Yara. People say Ryan won.
Please leave your message for...
Okay, that might not be Ryan in the building. Inky has worn many costumes. That's a fact. Yep. Okay, so I'm out of here, y'all. Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Y'all ain't got nothing to come in with. I'm out of here. Peace and black power. Peace and black power. I got to get my green screen behind me, man. We out, y'all.